basically most of the day for you guys. And you'll know certain other times that we've got other contests going on. So we got multiple things going on today. But you can win a pair of tickets to Kings opening night versus Utah, Friday, October 24th, 7 o'clock. Your code word this hour, right now, is golden. And you know what? I'm going to spell it for you. Golden. Golden. In this 6 a.m. hour, just text our text line, 916-339-1140, 916-339-1140. And you do that, you could be golden. That's all you have to do.
Good job.
Text the code word golden, and we'll have one at 7. We'll have one at 9 for you. And you know what? 10, 11, 1, 2, 3. It just be listening all day long. Text in the code word, and you could be golden. So there you go. All right, that's our first of the day. We'll have many more throughout the day, and we still have our Big Kings package that we've been talking about. That's going to come up with our code word at 8, but we'll have code words at 7, at 9. And we'll take you all the way till 10 o'clock, and then it'll be Alan Stiles with you today, as usual. We'll have Friday Fun and Games in there. In the 9 o'clock hour, we're just going to kind of work our way backwards. In the 9 o'clock hour, it's Friday. That means we're going to talk with the voice of the 49ers. We always love checking in on him as well, his overall well-being, and just his breakdown analysis of the 49ers. The voice, Greg Papa, joins us at 9 o'clock. In the 8 o'clock hour, the general manager of the Sacramento Kings. Around 8:15, we're going to check in with Scott Perry, and we look forward to it. That's right. Scott Perry's going to join us at 8:15, and we've got questions for him. The Kings have made some news here, certainly signing Russell Westbrook. That is official. The extension of Keegan Murray. We'll try to sort out with Scott the imbalanced roster. Look, I understand the thought process behind signing Russell Westbrook. I totally get it. But I also look at a roster that I go, well, yeah, Russell Westbrook, I know what he can bring to this team. And I think those are good qualities. But you have Malik Monk. You have Dennis Schroeder. You have Devin Carter. You have Keon Ellis. You have Nick Clifford. Let's go on and on and on. And Zach LaVine. DeMar DeRozan could slide down there. Keegan Murray got hurt. Like, where's the front court help? We'll ask him those questions. So he's going to join us at 8:15. In the 7 o'clock hour, about an hour from now, CBS Sports fantasy football expert Dave Richard.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Dr. Richard.
Yes, that is what's going on today. So we have got all of that for you today. How about that? And then all our regular things. We will have Safer Out. We have 3 for Madness. We've got, like I said, Celebrity Birthdays, Friday Fun and Games, 4 Down Territory, and also on Friday, Celebrity Pick 6 is back. Chris, how was Hassan Minhaj last week?
Incredible.
Really?
Dude, like, he was 1 away from a perfect 6-0.
Ooh. And it was weird. Dave never told me anything about that.
Yeah.
So he was great. I mean, I bet he was funny.
Hilarious. And he's in Tron Ares, of course, so that's why he was on here plugging the movie.
Yeah. So I not only was I out Friday, but Monday with the colonoscopy, I wasn't able to recap. So good. 5-1. Okay. Still, nobody's done 6-0. We'll see how that goes today. We told you we had the exclusive audio with Carmichael Dave in my conversation with him earlier. You know, just for those that may have missed it, Chris, do we still, I know you're doing a bunch of things, do we still have that? I mean, it was a private conversation, but you somehow always find a way to get in there and figure out.
Back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
So, yes, Dave is out. He's got back issues. And if you saw him, I don't know if he was ever on camera still when he would get up from the chair. It was hard to watch him walk. The back's really been bothering him. I know he played golf on a Monday that may not have been the best elixir for him. And so talking to him yesterday, he certainly was hurting. He is on our chat line, though. So you can chat in with Dave. Is he really in his spa? I think he says he's in
Oh, wow. Isn't it nice? I mean, we're here at work while he's just lounging in the spa at home,
lounging.
enjoying a cocktail or two.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy a nice 3-day weekend.
Yes, exactly.
I know he hates this right now.
He does. He absolutely does. And it's killing him that he can't be on today with Dave Richard at 7, Scott Perry at 8:15, Greg Papa at 9, and really, Chris, with me and you. It kills him. It kills him that he's not here with us. But hopefully Dave will be better, get that back. I mean, again, like we always say it with athletes, and Dave's an athlete, that you don't mess around with backs. And it's awful. I would think at some point, I hate to say it, most everybody out there will at least deal with something back-related, and it's not fun. You were telling me before the show when you had your issue with your back, like you couldn't even like combing your hair hurt.
Yeah, it was breathing. It was like, uh-oh, no, stop.
Yeah.
Like when you start talking to yourself, that's when you know you're in trouble.
The thing, too, is anytime, I don't know how anybody else feels, but if you have some sort of ailment, if you're sick or if you literally have a body pain, the worst thing I've ever been through for me personally was the kidney stone. And you just want to get into a spot where you're comfortable. And I found that near impossible. And the same thing, like for a back, it's like, okay, maybe I need to stand up. Nope, that hurts. Okay, let me sit. Can't find an angle that my back feels right. Maybe I'd lean. Nope, let me lay down on my side. Nope, front, no, back. It's just, you want to find an area where you can find some comfort, and that's not easy. That's not easy. So we wish a speedy recovery, certainly for Carmichael Dave. So, like I said, we got a lot coming your way here over the next couple of hours. And one more reminder about our guests. Dave Richard at 7. Scott Perry, Kings general manager, will join us at 8:15. By the way, if you have questions for Dave Richard, certainly get those in between now and 7. Those are always helpful for us to ask your fantasy football questions. Scott Perry at 8:15, and then Greg Papa at 9. Also, our Celebrity Pick 6 coming up around 8:45 or so. So, Chris, what do you got coming up this weekend? Is this another movie weekend at all coming your way this weekend?
Oh, no.
Oh, no?
No, it's not a movie weekend.
Oh, you sound excited to be.
It's a great weekend.
A great weekend.
Yes.
Okay, so let me see. Chris is already excited. It's a great weekend. Well, I'm guessing there's either, you said no to the movie, so maybe some wrestling involved?
Yes.
Soccer involved?
Yes. The end of the international break, so City versus Everton.
On tomorrow morning?
Yes.
What time? What time are we getting up?
7 a.m. on the dot.
That's not too bad.
Oh, it's the best.
Okay,
This is the thing that I hate is because I've got a pretty good algorithm on my phone where I don't want to leave Twitter to where I've got some people on the East Coast that when it's a 4:30 a.m. start, they're like, oh my God, 7:30 a.m.? And it's like, calm down, everybody. We're always up at 7.
Yeah. So now, take me through how if that kick time is 7 o'clock a.m. tomorrow?
Yes.
Are you up at like way early, or is it like I'm getting up at 6:54 or whatever?
So this has become my routine sort of, because just like the job that we have, even when we sleep in, we usually wake up around this time unless your phone is turned off and then you wake up way later than you should.
Me.
Or me.
Yeah.
And I usually wake up around 4:30-ish. And if City isn't playing, I turn on the game, and it's one of those things where I'm kind of in and out of sleep.
Oh, it's background.
It's in the background, and so I could it's one of those things I kind of follow along while I'm asleep, and then 6:55 alarm goes on. I'm ready for the game.
Okay. So that's tomorrow's routine, likely.
Yeah.
Okay. No get up early, get breakfast. You're just, once the game, are you just locked in on the game?
Definitely.
Nice. Okay. No one can call or bother you?
I might, depends on the situation, depends on how hungry I am. Halftime, quick drive to McDonald's for 2 sausage McMuffins.
$6?
$6.
There you go. I'm guessing you've done that before and you get back and forth in time? Where you don't
Yeah.
Okay. McDonald's must be close by.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. You're like, no, there's a line. All right.
Oh, that is. It's like, ah!
So that's the morning tomorrow. I mentioned soccer. Where's the wrestling come in?
4 o'clock, Wrestle Dream.
That's what TR just said. Wrestle Dream AEW.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
I can't tell you like how this is like, you've known me as a big wrestling fan for our entire time, but I am so excited for this. There are so many matches happening.
What I mean, but is Wrestle Dream new?
It's an AEW thing. So they've had a couple years of it, but it's one of the things like they bring in like Wrestle Dream. So they bring in people from other like parts of the world and stuff like that. So there'll be wrestlers from Japan and Mexico.
That's
coming
what makes
over.
it appealing.
Yeah.
Where is this taking place?
It's going to be in St. Louis.
Okay. St. Louis.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're fired at like tomorrow's a big day for you then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be one of those things of like wake up, soccer, pray to get a nap in. There's a local establishment that's been showing AEW, so
yeah, I was thinking
might even have a visit from a friend of ours, another wrestling fan.
I think I need more.
Who was probably going to be out at the Kings Fest. You work with them closely.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Was going to be out at Kings Fan Fest?
He is going to be at Kings Fest.
So may show up after.
Mm-hmm. And it's great. He's the one that reached out to me. Like,
really?
Yeah. I was like,
really?
yeah.
Breaking news. You'll get a nap in, right? Soccer will be done at 9-ish, 7 to 9.
Yeah, it depends on how.
But you're watching City. I totally get it if you watch at home. Is there ever a chance? Like, don't you go to bars sometimes that show that?
It's been way too long. Because here's the bad thing. Like, since I started working in the mornings, I hardly ever go out to San Francisco, who is like my people. Mm-hmm. And because it's one of those things, I'm up early every single morning that I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. to drive to San Francisco to it's tough to do that for 6 days a week. So I got to do that soon. But if there's if City United is playing and I don't go to San Francisco, I'll go to the Manchester United watch party.
Okay. And then wrestling tomorrow afternoon. Anything else? I mean, that's already a pretty busy day. We know Dave, I think, is it tomorrow? If his back responds and they go up to the cabin, that they're watching Naked Gun. Right? We got to get that review from him on Monday.
Better get better, Dave.
Yes. You're still at 3 viewings of that, correct? All in the theater?
Yes. Yeah.
And I was at 1 with you and Sean Cunningham. Fabulous.
I'm at 3.5.
You went again?
I didn't go again, but someone
bought it at home, and
someone did have the video at home, and I kind of was like in and out of it.
Gotcha.
And it's one of those things like, oh, I know what part's coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what part's coming up.
Did they?
Oh, the snowman's coming up.
Did they enjoy it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think he will. I think Mason will.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked that movie a lot. I thought that was really
It's
good.
weird that Naked Gun is one of those father-son like connecting.
Yeah, because there's even some parts like when Dave was saying, what movie did he just watch that he wasn't ready for a scene? Oh, Naked Gun 2.5. Yeah. Well, there's one in there, probably a couple, but there's one that's like, if that one was a concern, there'll be something in this, but Mason will love it.
It's funny thinking back on it, like saw all those movies way too young.
Yeah.
Like I think I was 8 and my dad was watching Airplane and I'm like, what is this? Yeah. Like I came at like right as it was starting and he's like, oh, like he shouldn't be able to say this to an 8-year-old. Oh, you like Naked Gun. You'll love this.
Yeah. Hey, since you're so good at when movies come out, when did the movie The Rock come out? What?
The Rock came out.
Was it late 90s?
1995.
Oh, midnight. Okay. So
I believe The Rock was 1995 and Con Air was 1996. Or I might have it wrong where it was 96 and 97. Like The Rock and Con Air were like very close together. But I want to say The Rock was 1995.
Let me see if I can find that. It thinks of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Come on, Google.
Come on. Anyway, that was a movie I remember. So I have, older brothers. I have a couple considerably younger brothers, and I remember when My dad and my, I guess I never call her my stepmom, but my stepmom would be, I think they were talking about watching The Rock. I go, oh, I loved it. They go, can the kids see it? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It was great. And then we're like a few minutes in, I'm like, I don't remember that. Oh, I don't remember that. Oh, man, they're swearing a lot. I mean, or whatever. Just like, well, I thought they could. And then, they watched it, but I was like, my bad. You just, I don't know. Sometimes you forget, like, oh, yeah, the movie was fun. I mean, it's entertaining. It's whatever it was back then. And oopsie. I didn't quite have that wrong right. But I don't know. They weren't like infants or anything, but they were young. But my bad.
I had a cousin about 8 years old whose favorite movie in the world, and he watched it every single day, was Terminator 2. Maybe even 7.
Terminator, they were 7.
Yeah, they were 7, and Terminator 2 was their favorite movie. And they could, unfortunately, do it line for line.
Oh, boy. That's dangerous. Well, okay. And then Sunday, any plans for Sunday? Because you already got a pretty busy Saturday.
Nothing yet. Usually it's one of those things of like, I'll get a call or a text from someone like, hey, let's go watch the game here. Or, hey, let's go watch the game there.
Yeah. A lot of football coming up. We had football last night. We had a lot of things to get to. So with all that being said, hey, what is this? What do you say we lead off? We lead off.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Cardwell with a high rainbow for 3. It's an air ball, and that'll do it. This one is over. Kings had an 8-point lead in the first quarter at 16-8, and then the roof fell in. And the Kings got buried initially on a 12-0 run. They found themselves trailing by 20 at halftime, and they were never able to recover. Trailed in this one by as many as 29. They end up losing 109-91.
Well, tonight will be the final preseason offering for the Sacramento Kings. They have not won a game yet. That, again, I'll say it. If they win tonight by 50 or lose tonight by 50, I honestly don't care if they win. To me, these are the boxes you try to check. It's how you look, which so far has not been very impressive. It's can you stay healthy? They haven't been able to do that with a starter in Keegan Murray, and maybe we'll ask Scott Perry today, too, about a status check on Domantas Sabonis. And then kind of your new players, how do they look? I would say that's the one. If we're looking for something to be encouraged by, I would say I like what I've seen from Nick Clifford. Still need to see more about Maxime Reynaud and some of the other new guys, but more negative or concerning things than positive check marks. And so tonight, again, they play the Lakers. Sure. Hopefully they win. I truly don't care if they win. I do, though, care how they play. I want to see the starters who are going to play more during the regular season look better. I want to see a better defense. I want to see longer stretches of good basketball. And adjusting to life without Keegan Murray. Will we see Russell Westbrook tonight? Those are the kind of things I'm looking for in the preseason.
Unfortunately, I got the same, but like I've got them in a different order.
Okay. I don't know if that was in order, but what do you got?
I've got don't get injured, number 1.
That probably should have been number 1.
Like, I could even handle them just getting blown out.
Yeah, they could look terrible in all 4 games, but if they were 100% healthy, It's like, well, we'll rationalize it at least going it's preseason. The main guys that'll play will play more in the regular season. Yeah, injuries that's it. And I think the Kings are the Kings fans, recent Kings fans in the last 5 years, let's say, so you haven't been through the true torture. But if you're 5 years into this Kings fandom, you'll know that the Beam Team year was fabulous. It was a lot of fun. Now, in fairness to them, they were good, but they got a lot of breaks. They had 48 wins. That was a 3 seed, but they stayed healthy. A lot of other teams got hurt. The next year they win 46, and that's a 9 seed. So they're going to need some breaks literally on the court, injury-wise, and so far they're already behind in that. So, yeah, staying healthy, I agree, Chris. That's number 1, and unfortunately that's not going well to begin this upcoming campaign for the Kings. All right, let's get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
Shotgun snap to Flacco. Looking, throwing, caught, middle of the end zone. Noah Fant, the Bengals tight end, with the touchdown catch. And Cincinnati's lead can be back to 10 with the extra point.
All right, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh ended
Nice.
up playing a
Nice.
really great game. Joe Flacco? Is that the same guy that the champ used to trade for or trade?
It's not who it's who he used in the
It's like a pawn.
championship game.
Yeah. That Joe Flacco?
Sat Patrick Mahomes for Joe Flacco.
Idiot didn't even see it coming. My goodness. Joe Flacco and the Bengals make things a little bit more interesting in the AFC North. Bad loss for the Steelers. Great win for the Bengals. And yeah, just get the ball to Jamar Chase and get out of the way. I mean, pretty good philosophy. Huh. That works. Do you have him in fantasy?
I'm going against him in fantasy.
I am too. So much fun in one of my leagues. And it's a league that, I'm in multiples. The one I care about the most, we're doing pretty well in. The next one, I care about them all. I'm doing well in. And then there's one, I'm just awful. I'm awful in one. And this week I'm playing him, and I had Pittsburgh defense. So, like, I'm so far behind, and it's Friday. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to lose again this week. I'm punting on that.
And then, like, using Steelers defense, that seems like Purdy.
Against Joe Flacco, who's
Like,
just coming in.
He just showed up.
Yeah. I'm like, they'll get a pick six. They'll get a couple sacks.
He just showed up, and he didn't look that good with Cleveland.
Yeah. And when I first looked, I go, I checked in. I was watching baseball more first, and went over football. I go, ooh, 10-0 Steelers. Maybe they got a defensive score. No, that's okay. Shutout's going. Like, give up 10 or less. I'm good. Whew. By the end of the night, they could not shut the water off. Go Bengals, go. All right, cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. The Blue Jays have tied up this series at 2. They are not dead yet. An 8-2 win in Game 4 in Seattle.
What a win for the Yankees. Oh, wait. I was watching another game. No, the Blue Jays. Congrats.
It was great.
I can't believe you're laughing at Seattle like that, Chris. Or
They
you
said
are.
I jinxed them, too.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Yeah, Seattle had a 2-0 lead going home. Things are great. Well, Toronto's bats woke up. Max Scherzer, that was an interesting mound visit. We'll talk about that coming up in Safer Out. But the Blue Jays did what they had to do, and in the National League. Dodger fans, you love your team, and you should. The rest of you that are anti-Dodger, the champs are 1 win away from getting back to the World Series after going up 3-0 with a win yesterday over Milwaukee. All right, so we've set the table for you. Again, we've got a lot coming up. 7 o'clock, Dave Richard, Fantasy Football. 8:15, Kings General Manager Scott Perry. 8:45, we'll have our Celebrity Pick 6. 9 o'clock, Greg Papa. Friday Fun and Games in there. All sorts of things in between. We got code words, prize opportunities for you. It is a jam-packed Friday show. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. We're back with Safe or Out next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Sacramento Kings basketball is back. Be there for opening night at Golden One Center on Friday, October 24th, when the Kings take on the Utah Jazz at 7 p.m. Following opening night, the Kings will take on the LA Lakers on October 26th and then the Golden State Warriors on November 5th. Don't miss these marquee matchups and more great games coming to Golden One Center this season. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seat to be part of the action.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, safe or out time. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. Chris fresh from his bonding lunch yesterday. I meant to ask you about that at the Open. Everybody, I don't know if everybody's involved because I think Dave never got that. I don't know. I don't know
how Dave's not a part of it.
I know. But I had mine a couple of weeks ago. Basically, it's a really good idea, concept from the company where they gather about 5 people from different departments, and we just went out to lunch, and you know, bond over. I mean, it's exactly what the title is, and I know we ended up talking about different TV. It's like hopefully non-work. Sometimes work creeps in there. That's a common thread that everybody has, but yours was unique in a sense, Chris, because you have people that you regularly around in Kyle, Ledbetter, and Allen, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately,
and then a few others.
With all of us combined, it really screwed us up time-wise, because it's okay, we can't have lunch at 12 or whatever
because of them.
They're on the air, and so they're like, well, what if we do breakfast? And I'm like, well, I'm doing
here
more. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. So
and then Alan was on paternity leave, and then we had someone in our group who's about to go to a wedding, and it's just like, all right, we've got these days, we have to make it happen.
So it was yesterday afternoonish, like a late lunch?
Yeah, it was 2:30.
Okay, and where'd you guys go?
Just the conference room. We had a
that's
DoorDash,
right.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool though.
But we got McCooney's, which is great.
Nice. So good experience overall.
Yeah, we had a good. It's one of those things you're talking about. You're not supposed to talk. It's not that you're not supposed to talk about work, but it's just kind of getting to know.
It's hard not to.
everybody.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things we weren't talking about work. We're all getting to know each other, and then different things are coming up. Like, oh, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
We should do this. Or, oh, yeah, this is a good idea. So I think it was very beneficial.
Yeah, I think ours, I think ours was maybe the Monday after Country in the Park. So, I mean, that's just a huge station event, and a lot of people that weren't ours were involved in that. So there was still some carryover from that. But then we got into, TV shows that people watch, and I think there was a couple that there was a Netflix thing that was talked about a bunch around the table. I'm like, well, everybody seems to rave about this, and I went and watched it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was great.
Ed Gein Monster?
What's that?
Ed Gein Monster?
No.
Oh,
I want to see that.
Ooh.
Do I?
I don't know.
Wait, am I thinking? I may not be thinking of the right thing. No, I'm not thinking of the right thing. Is it good?
Yeah, but I mean,
not for me.
It's about a serial killer.
No, I don't know. It's weird that
doesn't bother you.
Well, unless it's Richard Ramirez. But I watched it anyway. All right, let's get to safer out question 1.
Last night, Max Scherzer basically demanded that he stayed in the game when his manager came out to talk to him. Safer out. Are you okay with this?
I am. It's the competitiveness. It maybe the optics for those that look at it. And look, a manager's got to have trust in a pitcher. It could have backfired. He could have given up a bunch of hits after that. He didn't. Stayed in, got the strikeout. Then his manager elected to keep him in to start the next inning. They gave up 1 run after that, but Scherzer was awesome. And that's the kind of guy that's been better earlier in his career. But, is it one of those things, can he be as good as he can one time? And he was phenomenal and kept the Blue Jays kept the Mariners at a low run total while the bats kept going. He's a spirited pitcher. I saw him talking post-game about that, where he basically like, yeah, I just was caught off guard that he was coming out there. I was so locked in and told him I basically didn't want to come out in a few choice words. But yeah, that's a competitor. And if you're the manager and you still feel firm in your decision, then you have to take him out. But there's a lot of pressure there when you got a guy telling you not to. That's why you have to have that relationship. You have to have a trust. And in this case, the trust worked out. And so maybe at optics it looked weird for some, but I had no issue with it.
Scherzer's also earned that opportunity to
say
I'm still in.
Absolutely. And it's not just a guy. Well, it is a guy who's fiery. You have to understand that. But you're right, Chris. You have to understand the track record and go, yeah, look, history suggests he's probably earned this. And he had looked good. It wasn't like, hey, this is getting shaky. It was he just let one guy on, and it's like, no, I can get out of this. There were 2 outs, and then he struck the last guy out. So good for him. All right, question 2.
Since the COVID-shortened season in 2020, the Brewers have won 95, 86, 92, 93, and this year 97 games with nothing to show for it. Safer out. They have choked.
All right, I hate that phrase, that wording, but they do have nothing to show for it as safe. I'll go out on the choke part. It's difficult to do, to get all the way through. It is. And they are... it's weird with all that winning. I mean, they truly could be a dynasty here, and they're not. I mean, they're not getting to the World Series. They haven't gotten to the World Series. I guess in theory, they could have one of the great stories of all time. No one's ever done it in the National League, and they're down 3-0 to the Dodgers, who now are heavy, heavy favorites if they weren't already, even though the Brewers are the 1 seed. So they could still rewrite all this if they have a miracle comeback, but odds are they won't. And they were great this year. Best record in baseball. And at some point, you want to break through. And, between having just a really good balanced roster, a roster that puts the ball in play, they steal bases, they have good pitching. I don't know that they've got a superstar on there, but they got a lot of good players. You just want to get the reward of a World Series appearance, and certainly a World Series. And it's too bad to win that many times, that many bites at the apple, and not really getting the progress that they had hoped for. The first time you're there, that's fun. Maybe the second year, like, these are growing pains. But Chris, you read that. That's 5 years in a row of 90, or 4 of the 5 90-plus wins. That 86 win team still went to the playoffs. So I won't say choked. I think that's too strong. But, man, I feel for their fan base because they've got a really good team, and it could end as soon as today or tomorrow for them. And that's too bad. All right, question 3.
Yesterday, Dave said that whoever won Game 4 last night was going to win the ALCS. Safer out. The Blue Jays are going to the World Series.
Well, they did win, so that makes the series even at 2-2. They seem to have all the momentum. I'd say that's safe. I think the Blue Jays are in really good position to steal this one back and get to the World Series. All right, so there you go. That is safe or out. Like we said, jam-packed show still coming up at 7. You're going to hear from Dave Richards, CBS Sports fantasy football expert. We also will have another code word for your chance to go to the opening night for the Kings and the Jazz 1 week from today. We got a lot of Kings discussion coming up, NFL as well. When we come back, though, college football's weekend, another jam-packed weekend of action of Top 25. We'll tell you about what the local teams are up to and more straight ahead here on Sactown Sports.
The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So my sandwich shop was opening in a week, and I needed signage.
A week is plenty of time to panic.
I went to Staples. They printed banners, posters, and flyers to promote my grand opening.
All in time for your grand closing.
Nope, I had it same day. I even got $125 off my order.
Hold the onions. For all your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. In-store and online, same day if ordered by 12 p.m. Into 11/1 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbfstockton.com. That's mbfstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
All right, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud here on this Friday. Carmichael Dave, unfortunately, out today. Back issues. What's going on in there, Chris?
Well, Dave just gave me a call.
He did?
Yeah, he was very worried.
About?
So we've got Celebrity Pick 6.
Yep.
Today.
Uh-huh.
And who did you say we had at Pick 6 last week?
Hassan Minhaj. I don't know. I wasn't here.
So he called me frantically saying, like, we didn't have Hassan Minhaj on last week. And I'm like, yeah, we did. And he goes, no, he didn't. He goes, wait, is he on this week for Pick 6? And I'm like, no, he was on. I'm like, Dave scheduled him for last Friday. And he was kind of freaking out about that. And then I finally let him in on.
Nice.
We didn't do it last week.
So you had.
And he's like, well, Jason didn't sound like he was in on the bit.
You first told me about that. You sent me that text because, I think you were out Monday, right? And I think maybe that's when you send it to me. Like,
I believe it was since you were out Friday. I was saying like, oh, I'm sorry. Did we get someone for Celebrity Pick 6?
Yeah, and honestly, it completely. I mean, in all candor, I completely forgot about it because I knew I was out Friday, and usually I try to set that up, and the fun part is surprising Dave, and I think you sent that to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I didn't get anybody because I was gone, and I still should have, but I didn't, and so I think you guys just went on without it. But then I think you then responded maybe when you knew you were going to be out Monday after you're sick, you're like, ask Dave how Hassan Minhaj was.
Yes.
And I never did, and so then today it just made me think of it, and I go, let's drop that in. So he was freaking out about that?
He was freaking out.
Was he freaking out more about that or the time that you wrote in the old studio, all the guests that we had in that half-hour show that one time?
That time.
And what was our guest list that day that
it included? It was basically like everyone that I would want on a show. And it was just, we used to have like a board that said all the guests for all the shows coming up. And you were filling in for Grant at the time.
And it was like 30 minutes.
They were on the East Coast. It was a 30-minute show. Yeah. So literally, it's you come on, say like, hey.
It might really be like 20 minutes of content. Yeah.
Hey, Kings are coming up.
Yeah.
What do you guys think the Kings are going to do?
Yeah. Good night.
Okay, here's pregame.
Yeah.
And I put on there Bill Simmons, Nomar Garciaparra, Oscar De La Hoya. I believe Sergio Aguero made the list. And it might have been someone else.
I mean, maybe I'm blending but didn't you also have like the Pope?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was like, but the funny thing is all of that, and wasn't he really ticked about Bill Simmons?
Well, I will say that Dave was nice because he didn't call me like right when he saw it. Yeah. He called me like about 7:30. He's like, okay, I thought you'd be up. How did you get Bill Simmons on the show? And I just like, what are you talking about? And he's just like, I'm looking at the guest list. How do you get him? And I said, and like all the times on there was like 301.
Yeah, 303.
307.
Just quick 2-minute interviews. Hello, welcome, goodbye.
And then as he saw that, he was just like,
yeah. Probably feeling like he is now because he is sending hate you guys right now. And then people, our chatters like, what? He goes, no, not you guys, those guys. I think he's referring to us, Chris.
Because we know how he thinks of just like...
And he was most ticked about Bill Simmons. He was.
Yeah, that was the one.
It wasn't Oscar De La Hoya. It wasn't Nomar, the Pope. Wait, you guys got Bill Simmons? No.
And he said he was just like simmering on it because he's like, he didn't want to be mean and wake me up.
But he
so
was like,
he's
man,
just
good
like
for
waiting the entire time.
Yeah, good for them for getting him, but how and why? And oh my gosh. Yeah. No, not yet on Hassan Minhaj, but maybe. No, completely blanked on it last week. My bad. Sorry.
I'm
guys.
such a big Sacramento Hassan Minhaj guy. I went and saw Tron Aries, which it looks like from the numbers might have been one of the few people.
Yeah. Hey, maybe you could work on getting him for Celebrity Pick 6.
Maybe.
Any connections on that one? All right. So coming up at 8:45, we'll have Celebrity Pick 6. And this is always a surprise for Dave, but he'll be watching, I'm assuming. So
you let me in on who it's going to be.
Uh-huh.
I think he's going to be jealous.
I think he is too. Oh, well. I wish him good speed.
Speedy recovery.
Yes, for sure. Speedy recovery. We hope, hopefully he'll be able to function better this weekend and certainly back with us.
The real reason why we're being very mean to Dave today is because we all know when you like have a hurt back and you start laughing, like it's the worst thing because you're laughing and you're hurting. You're like, stop. So if we just make him angry at us,
oh my gosh,
he'll be concentrating on that instead of his back. So you're welcome, Dave.
He did tell me, he's like, if he has to sneeze, like that is the worst. Did you ever, well, it's like my doctor told me, I think I broke a rib, but it's like it doesn't matter. Like if you cracked it or damaged it or broken it, they're basically the same thing because you can't do anything for it. It's just rest and recovery. But, oh, my gosh, I got hit one time at basketball so hard that I don't know. I never got the x-rays, whether I cracked a rib or I don't know. But didn't do any, like, lung damage or anything. But I'm literally just trying to, like, you're just trying to hold everything in place. Oh, no, I got to sneeze. And it's the worst, absolute worst, because everything just hurts. Oh, absolutely brutal. College football this weekend. We had a chance on Wednesday, as we always do, to talk to UC Davis football coach Tim Plow. And Davis, on their side of things, still ranked in the top 10. They're having a good season again. They have a bye week, so they are off this weekend. But the Sacramento State Hornets, that's where I'll be tomorrow night at on the campus at the University of Sacramento State when they take on Northern Colorado for homecoming. Stingers up. That game will be a good one. Northern Colorado coming off a really good win. One of their best wins in program history. Yes, this is a program that struggled, but they've got 3 wins. They only won 1 game last year. So they're 3-3. The Hornets are 3-3. Both are in kind of a 3-way tie for what would be second place behind UC Davis, Montana, and Montana State in the Big Sky. So a big game for those two teams, certainly for the Hornets. But if you look at the FBS, man, we got some good games this weekend. Number 5 Ole Miss versus number 9 Georgia. Number 11 Tennessee versus number 6 Alabama. And then the game, see, this is the irony of this, Chris. Maybe it's a good thing for Dave. Not that I wish that he had a bad back, but he was maybe going to go to Notre Dame this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that would be awful.
I know. If he couldn't have tried to fly today and get out there, if his daughter was with the band. But it's number 20 USC at number 13 Notre Dame. I have been to a Notre Dame USC game at USC. I would like to go to a Notre Dame USC game at Notre Dame. That would be fun.
I remember your Notre Dame trip because you were on Periscope and you couldn't figure out how to get off.
That was the weirdest thing ever happened. Periscope, was it part of Twitter?
Yeah, it was part of Twitter back then.
So I literally hit a button, right? I mean, I was like, okay, I got something. I think someone had texted me, got something out of my phone. I'm like, oops, I'm on Twitter. Then I saw like it was looking right at my face. I'm like, what is this? And then I'm like, I don't even know what this is. So I obviously hit some. Is Periscope, is that even gone? I don't even know.
I think it's gone. I think Twitter's got their own thing now.
I literally don't even know what I did. If it was a pocket start of it, and then when I pulled it out of my pocket, I'm like, it doesn't look like my camera. Kind of does. And then I don't even know how long I was on for, but I remember you sent some, of course.
Of course, I had to have just
happened
been strolling.
Does it go live or something? Is that what it was then? Like, how did you see it? It must be like a live feed of me at that time.
Yeah.
Of me looking down at my phone going, what's going on?
Exactly.
But I was in the Stanford Notre Dame game at Notre Dame, and which you've been to a Stanford Notre Dame game, but at Stanford. Yeah.
The old stadium was the best.
Yeah, I miss. I mean, they did a good job with the new stadium, but the old stadium was kind of fun.
It was just like, it kind of felt like a Coliseum, and it was like $20, like, and you sit wherever you want. It was amazing.
Based on where we are now and what you know now, can you believe a Super Bowl was there?
Crazy.
I mean, in our well, I don't think it was in your lifetime. Maybe just before your lifetime.
Yeah.
But,
and what it is like going to the Rose Bowl too.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how it's like, okay, I can see a Super Bowl being here.
Yeah.
But
there where there was literally wasn't everything, if I'm not mistaken, like benches?
I think so. That's what I remember.
So, yeah, you have a seat, but when you have a bench without you could probably technically fit more people in, but also do people spread out a little bit more? Like, hey, I'm in seat 7, and I'm in 7 and 8. And
it also didn't appear to be like the hardest place to sneak into.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that was the case, and probably was the case for the Super Bowl way back when. But now, I mean, it's just so corporate, and that's just ridiculous what Super Bowl ticket prices are. But this SC Notre Dame game, I mean, that it's the rivalry that may not be going on much longer, as Kelly Brothers told us yesterday, as far as it's not scheduled for the next couple of years. That's going to be fun. That's going to be
crazy.
Awesome game. The impact, Notre Dame's got 2 losses. SC has 1. SC can be right in the national picture. If they win, Notre Dame can get back in it if they win. Yeah, that's the one thing I love college football. I mean, I absolutely love it. I've always loved it. And that game, I think, is going on the same time that Sac State and Northern Colorado. It's like I watch a lot of college football on Saturday, but then once I kind of get to my game, then it's, you're locked into what you're doing, and you got to catch up on everything later. So good weekend ahead for college football. Again, Davis with the bye. Sac State at home for homecoming against Northern Colorado. Then you got Ole Miss, Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, USC at Notre Dame. All right, we got the 7 o'clock hour coming up. In the 7 o'clock hour, we'll talk about Week 7. Wow, we're already there for the NFL. We got those matchups. The Kings week that was, and it's been a wild week. But up next, not only 3 for Madness, Dave Richard from CBS Sports, our fantasy football expert. You got questions on our YouTube, questions on our text line, 916-339-1140 for Dave. Richard, let us know. We'll get your fantasy questions answered. We have that for you next.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Ophelia Young in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A little fog will clear this morning for a mostly sunny day with highs near 70 degrees. Tonight will be cool with overnight lows near 50 degrees. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCR3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here, talking to you about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Now, they're upgrading their offerings to you to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience into the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy Home Pros. And you've heard me talk about them for years as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get a second opinion on any HVAC service or replacement, but now you can also get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. And when you really think about it, how do we know how much it's supposed to cost? At the very least, you'll know you're in the ballpark, and I can all but guarantee you they'll beat the price. They'll come out for free. They'll give you a second opinion. And all you got to do is give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
For 77 years, the Keys family from Naturewood Home Furnishings has been serving families just like yours and mine. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings, most of which are made right here in this country. The kitchen table, which we purchased so many years ago, speaks to the enduring quality of the Naturewood product lines. We treasure memories made seated around that table with family and friends for birthday celebrations, school projects, and many late-night meals when the day just got away from us. Naturewood has provided thousands with home furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their 77th anniversary sale and get started making your own brand of memories. Meet the Keys family at Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Born in 1892 to a socially prominent family, she was the consummate athlete, proficient in golf, tennis, marksmanship, swimming, and car racing. Many considered her the greatest horsewoman of the century. She was a pioneer in the field of golf course development with 3 world-class courses on her resume: the Women's National Golf and Tennis Club, Cypress Point, and Pasatiempo. Working for SFB Morse of Pebble Beach fame led to her second golf course development, which many consider to be the greatest golf course in the world, Cypress Point, where she developed a lifelong friendship and professional relationship with famed architect Alistair McKenzie. Pasatiempo in Santa Cruz was her third development, where she hosted the likes of Bobby Jones, Will Rogers, Babe Saharias, and more. Today, her place is alongside many others in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Marion Hollins, a visionary golf course architect and pioneer of the game. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco!
Sactown Sports, 1140.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, we will have 3 for Madness coming up after we talk with Dave Richard. We're efforting to get Dave, our CBS Sports Fantasy Football expert. But we do want to tell you it is 7 o'clock, so now is another opportunity for you to win tickets to opening night, the Kings and the Utah Jazz, 1 week from tonight, the home opener. So our text to win code word is DUNK, D-U-N-K, DUNK. Text that to 916-339-1140. Get that code word in, and you'll have an opportunity to win Kings and Utah Jazz tickets in the home opener 1 week from tonight. Again, code word DUNK, D-U-N-K. All right, Friday, 7 o'clock. We like to talk some fantasy football. We already got people lining up with their questions for our guy, our expert, our friend from CBS Sports, Dave Richard. Dave, good morning. How are you?
What's up, Jason? Can you hear me okay?
It's a little low, I think, right now. Let's see. Let's try this again. You hear me, Dave?
I hear you just fine.
Okay. Are we okay in there, Chris? Okay. It's a little low on our end, but we'll see if we can effort this. You're doing all your part. You do hear me okay, though, right?
I hear you just fine, and you sound great, and the show sounds great because someone's not there this week.
He's ailing today, literally. Bad back is keeping him out of the show today.
Oh, all right. I will text him.
Yeah.
I've got good back remedies.
Okay. Oh, you do?
Oh, do I?
Okay.
Yes. So I will help our buddy Dave out as soon as we're done. So if you're listening, Dave, expect a text.
Okay, there you go. We appreciate that. Well, Dave, here we are. I mean, again, this season, it always rolls by quickly. We're already to week 7. And maybe we'll just start from last night, the Old Man Bowl. I don't know if people started Flacco or Rodgers, but any of what you saw last night surprise you?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously the fact that the Bengals played as well as they did and that Flacco played as well as he did against the Steelers was surprising. And we all thought on Fantasy Football Today that Rodgers was going to have a good game. I don't know if we expected him to do this. Obviously, if we did, we would have had him as a top 5 quarterback for the week. But I think what you can take from this game moving forward is that Cincinnati's passing offense has been saved. Joe Flacco, we thought he'd be a slight upgrade from Jake Browning. He's been a monstrous upgrade over Jake Browning, and he's really going to give some big-time life to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins moving forward. Maybe a tight end like Noah Fant could end up being a good streaming option. And even Chase Brown, listen, if they're able to throw the football, defenses have to account for that. That means lighter boxes. Chase Brown will have some opportunities to run. Cincinnati's offense looks a lot better than it did a week or two ago, and that's a great thing for fantasy. How about Rodgers having 4 touchdowns and not one of them going to DK Metcalf?
Right.
That was surprising. Metcalf, Jason, he had his worst game of the year. Just crazy how that goes down. But Jalen Warren, good game. Probably going to be more of a sell high candidate.
Okay.
And Rodgers, an option as a streamer, but I think I might like Flacco a little bit more in that regard because I don't see this Cincinnati offense finding its run game footing. I think this offense is going to flow through the passing game. Flacco, Chase Higgins, those superstars. And having Flacco on your bench in fantasy does make a lot of sense moving forward.
Yeah, and for all those that took Chase likely and, very early, 1, 2, 3, somewhere.
Overall pick. Yeah.
Are relieved.
Number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, to have him back the way he did, that was awesome. So speaking of coming back, this is an interesting week because we got some guys coming back, and I'm going to start with a guy in a good offense, an offense that has Patrick Mahomes and who's been playing pretty well. Rashee Rice, Dave, where does he go in his first game back kind of on your receiver list?
He's the number 1 receiver right away. The track record that Andy Reid generally has with players coming back from injury is get him on the field right away and get him involved right away. And it's not that the Chiefs need him, but, man, their offense will pop a lot more with him on the field. And it's because he's a great short area target who can make plays after the catch and can still be deployed not just inside of 10 yards, but 15, 20 yards downfield if they so choose. He's not a burner in the same mold of someone like Xavier Worthy, for example, but he absolutely can make plays, and he's always had a nose for the end zone. He had it in college. He's had it since he's been in the NFL. I think the Chiefs get him rolling. He is their best wide receiver that you could start in fantasy, and he will impact the numbers a little bit for Xavier Worthy and a lot for Hollywood Brown, for Tyquan Thornton, and for Travis Kelce. We saw it last year when Rice was healthy. Travis Kelce had a 16.2 target per route run rate. Jason, usually that number needs to look like 20% to be just like good in fantasy. And so if Kelce's below that and he's not getting touchdowns along with it, I don't know how good fantasy managers can feel about starting Travis Kelce. So I would kind of get away from that. Plus, they're playing Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Their defense hasn't been great overall. It's been okay against the run. It really hasn't been good against the pass. This is probably the week where they get Rice acclimated. He gets some good numbers in the game, and then they can salt the game away in the second half with the run because I don't think the Raiders' offense will be able to compete into the fourth quarter.
Well, this will tie into our first question from our listeners for you, Dave, and this is a good problem to have here that I see from our text line. Start 3, bench 1. They've got Devontae Adams. You just mentioned Rashee Rice, Drake London, Brian Thomas Jr.
And I'm only benching one of these guys,
Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah.
The one I'm benching is Brian Thomas Jr., and I know that he had his best game of the year last week, and he's really been building toward it. So I feel good about Brian Thomas Jr. moving forward. I just like those other receivers better.
Yeah, that's a good group that you have right there.
Great group. You're very lucky.
Okay, some other guys coming back. CD Lamb. So one, obviously he's a stud, but what does he do for people that have him, and then maybe Pickens, who's been on fire? Where's Lamb fall in place here?
Lamb is also a top 10 wide receiver. I would look at him ahead of Rashee Rice, for example. And there's just such a great track record of CD Lamb in Dallas. Dak Prescott on the field, not on the field. He gets a ton of targets. Those opportunities add up for fantasy managers. And if he's going to get those opportunities, that means fewer opportunities for George Pickens and for tight end Jake Ferguson. It doesn't mean that you get away from those two. But I think you just have to lower expectations a little bit. Pickens now more of a number 2 fantasy wide receiver, and you're still going to start Jake Ferguson. We talked about it on our podcast today. There are a few tight ends that we were not starting ahead of Ferguson before that we are starting now. It's Trey McBride, Tyler Warren. Those are 2. George Kittle's the 3rd, but that's kind of obvious because Kittle wasn't there. Now he's expected back for the Niners. That's a good thing. I think that those types of tight ends still go ahead of Jake Ferguson, whereas before they were behind Ferguson because he was getting more targets with Lamb out.
Well, you just mentioned him. I was going to ask you about Kittle. So Kittle goes in right away to your lineup if you obviously need a tight end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. To me, the intriguing part of the 49ers offense this week is who's playing quarterback.
Right.
If it's Brock Purdy, he's got this track record with Kittle. and he's got a good track record of targeting Jawan Jennings. And if he's under center, I don't know if Kendrick Bourne gets the same type of opportunity that he got with Mac Jones. We know that Bourne and Mac Jones, they were in simpatico, man. They really had a great thing going. And it's different. You're changing the brain of the engine of the 49ers offense, and that brain is he's got history and tendency with George Kittle and with Jawan Jennings. And for what it's worth, Jennings played a lot last week, and I don't think he looked awful. Like, he was still, I saw quickness in his breaks, in his jukes. Those are things that Kendrick Bourne doesn't quite have as much of. So the timing that Bourne had with Mac Jones, awesome. I don't know if he's got that same type of timing down with Brock Purdy. So I kind of like Jennings more, but it's not like I'm running out to start either of those wide receivers this week.
In the defensive realm for the 49ers, I mean, to lose Bosa and then Warner's just a killer.
Oh, it's a crusher.
Where did they just plummet in your defensive rankings?
Yeah, once they lost Bosa, they really plummeted for me, because I believe that pass rush is everything. And if you can't rush the quarterback, it almost doesn't matter who else you have on your defense, unless you've got all-world cornerbacks, all-world linebackers, and I'm talking multiples of those guys.
Yeah.
Not just Fred Warner. One Fred Warner, of course he's awesome. Of course he's great, and that helps against the run. Warner, when he plays in the pass coverage, that does take away from tight ends. So, yes, he annoys us in that regard because tight ends aren't as productive. He's doing his job. And if he's not there, Nick Martin's going to get an opportunity. I think there's a clear step down from Fred Warner to Nick Martin. I don't think that's saying anything crazy, but this defense does definitely look a lot different without two of its very best players.
All right, we got a lot more coming in on our text line. Feel free to keep doing this for Dave Richard, 916-339-1140. On the text line, let's see, Dave. Need help, Krosky, Merritt, or ATN and starting a flex?
I would rather have I heard Krosky, Merritt, and ETN. I was coughing off air.
So, no, that was the two, I guess, between one of those.
Yeah. Krosky Merritt, I know last week was bad. I actually took some positives away. The fact that he had 17 carries last week, and it was against Chicago. Yeah, that's a matchup he should have dominated. He didn't do it. Now he gets Dallas. That's an even better matchup. I would still go right back to Krosky Merritt.
Okay, I need an RB2. I've got, they're misspelled. Okay, Charbonnet or Mason?
Mason, for sure.
Okay.
We've seen him catch 3 balls each of his last 2 games. Philadelphia's defense, they're good against the run. They're not dominant against the run. Vikings offensive line is getting healthy. I like Mason as a number 2 running back.
Yeah, what's going on in Seattle's running game? But Walker, I thought would be more Charbonnet. Have they figured that out?
Oh, they figured it out, Jason. You're not going to like what I'm going to tell you. So they want to involve both running backs.
Yeah.
And the way that it's really working is Charbonnet is dominated on third downs, passing downs, 2-minute offense, and at the goal line. These are all areas where you can rack up fantasy points pretty quickly if you're a running back, because you're catching passes, you're scoring touchdowns. And Walker isn't as involved.
Yeah.
And so if Walker's already losing that role, and Charbonnet is still picking up some touches along the way on traditional first and second downs, even though Walker's been more efficient as a runner, it's taking away opportunities and it's taking away numbers for fantasy from Kenneth Walker III. Add on to that they're taking on the Texans this week. They are one of the very best run defenses in the National Football League, 3.3 yards per carry allowed to running backs. This is a week where I think Sam Darnold's going to have to throw the ball a lot. I don't think he's going to throw downfield a ton, but a lot of short, quick passes, trying to avoid that awesome secondary from Houston as much as he can. And that means that there's not going to be a lot there for Walker or Charbonnet. I would honestly try and get away from both of those guys. If I had to pick one, it would be Walker, because I don't think Charbonnet has that great of a chance at scoring either because of the matchup against Houston.
We're being asked, is Luke McCaffrey a decent third wide receiver this week in deep leagues?
It's got to be the deepest of leagues. He doesn't get a lot of targets, but he does make one splash play every single week, and he's taking on Dallas, so maybe there's room for 2, dare I say 3 splash plays from Luke McCaffrey. I look at him the same way as I look at the rookie receiver in Tampa who's going to get a chance. His name is Tez Johnson, and he's faster than McCaffrey, and he's played in a big-time college program. He had a big-time catch last week for the Bucs, and he's taking on the Lions this week. It's expected to be a high-scoring game, and the Lions secondary is in shambles right now. Brian Branch is suspended. A bunch of their starting cornerbacks, they're on the shelf. There's going to be opportunities in this game for Tez Johnson to rip off a couple of big plays. I like him better than Luke McCaffrey, and you can find Tez Johnson on your waiver wire.
I was going to ask you about Baker Mayfield. I think you just answered there with the high-scoring expectation for that game. He's been great.
You can start him.
Okay, even with those injuries at receiver?
Well, the not having Emeka Egbuka absolutely stinks. And Chris Godwin, in his first game, he looked good. In his second game, he looked bad. And my guess is he was playing hurt in the second game. Mike Evans might come back. That will definitely help out Baker Mayfield. As long as Evans plays, I think Baker's earned the benefit of the doubt, Jason. He's played really well this year.
Out here, a lot of people are Cam Scatterbo fans. Played high school here, played at Sacramento State, then moved on to Arizona State. What a week last Thursday. Where's Scatterbo on your running back list?
He's a number 2 fantasy running back, but I would lower expectations taking on the Broncos. I mean, look at what Denver just did against Saquon Barkley and Breece Hall in consecutive weeks. I mean, they've got a very good defense overall. Their run defense is great. I think it's even worse for Scatterbo in non-PPR leagues, but you'll still probably start him as a number 2 option there, at least in full PPR. When the Giants are winning, he doesn't get a lot of targets, but when they're losing, he does. So he could end up with 5 catches against Denver. I just don't know how much he'll do with them.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got here, Dave, for you. Hollywood Brown, Mims, or Malik Washington for my wide receiver flex.
I don't want to start Hollywood Brown, but if I've got to use him compared to those other receivers, I would. But this is where I would go back to Tez Johnson as someone that you could pick up off the waiver wire. If he plays, Tutu Atwell is somebody that I like a lot for the Rams. He's taking on the Jaguars. That game's in London. We know Puka Nacua is not playing. That's another downfield option that Matthew Stafford can throw to. Romeo Doubs is still out there in a sprinkle of fantasy leagues. You can look at him. Trey Tucker, same thing. Point is that there are wide receivers that you can go to on your waiver wire who should do better than Hollywood Brown. And if it were a normal week, if it were one of the first 6 weeks, I wouldn't even suggest that. But because Rashee Rice is coming back, I think he's going to soak up targets away from others in Kansas City's offense.
Okay, we're being asked about Woody Marks. Is he just leave him on your bench until you see it again type of guy?
I'd prefer it to be that way, but the matchup against Seattle, it's no good for the Texans running backs either. But maybe C.J. Stroud gets the ball out of his hands quick, just like he's been doing in the past couple of games, and that should benefit Woody Marks. I've got him as a number 3 running back. In PPR, he's a little bit more appealing. Maybe he catches 3 or 4 balls. Maybe he ends up with 50 or 60 total yards.
All right, just to kind of cover maybe a wide variety of your quarterback list, running back list, wide receiver list, maybe who's higher this week than that might catch someone's attention going, oh, I wasn't thinking about playing them, but Dave's got them ranked higher than normal.
Yeah, I wish you had asked me that yesterday because Rodgers was one of those names, but other names like quarterback, Goff is certainly in contention there. Sam Darnold, Matthew Stafford, Kamani Vidal. We talked about him a lot on our podcast last week, and then he went out against the Miami Dolphins, had a monster game. Not taking on the same type of defense this week, but he's somebody who I view as a number 2 fantasy running back. He caught the ball a bunch last week. I think he'll end up being pretty good. We talked about a lot of receivers that can work as number 3 guys. Here's one that could work as a high-end number 3, Jameson Williams. Big game last week, only his second good game of the year, but he's taking on Tampa. That secondary is getting a little bit healthier, but I could see this game being high-scoring between the Bucs and the Lions as well. Jared Goff likes to look for him in that type of situation. This could also be the week for Matthew Golden to strike it big. He's had double-digit PPR point games the past couple of weeks. Maybe this is the week he scores on top of it, really ends up being very good. And then at tight end, I'll give you a couple names. Harold Fannin, Cleveland. I don't think David Njoku is going to play. The matchup is great for him against Miami. Could very easily see Harold Fannin have a big game. Zach Ertz for the Commanders. I've got him as a top 10 tight end as well, taking on Dallas. Again, high-scoring game. Terry McLaurin doesn't look like he's going to play, Jason. And so that means that Zach Ertz could have an opportunity to have 5 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown on top of it.
Well, you might have given us this answer, our last one that came in here for you. Any sneaky pickups that Dave has for us to keep an eye on to grab? What's who you've got your sights on? So is Fannin one of those?
Fannin was one of those, but he's already been picked up in a bunch of leagues. Every Thursday, I go on YouTube and I do a short show about players to stash. And there are always names on that list. You can go to YouTube right now, search for Fantasy Football Today, and it's either called like the Beat the Waiver Wire or the Must Stash Show, something like that to help people get ahead. One of the names we talked about this week on the show was Luther Burden in Chicago. We saw his route rate go up last week. DJ Moore might end up playing for Chicago in this game, but Luther Burden could end up developing into being the number 2 receiver in Chicago's offense. That's going to be a pretty good spot to be in.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate always your insight. I know our listeners do as well. And for those that follow you all the time, where else can they get all of this incredible information that you have for them?
There's YouTube, just like I talked about, youtube.com, search for Fantasy Football Today, and then just subscribe to it, and then you won't miss a single episode. We do 2 starter sit shows every single week during the football season, and then we talk football year round. So if you're really into fantasy football, we're the show for you. And then also anytime on CBSSports.com, CBS Sports HQ. CBS Sports HQ is our live streaming channel. You can literally go to any browser, any device. It's free, especially when there's breaking news in sports. I love going to CBS Sports HQ and getting the latest news on what's happening in sports with smart analysis and data to back it up.
That's awesome. Well, I hope you are able to text Carmichael Dave some back remedies so we can have him return. And good luck in your fantasy leagues this week.
He'll love it. I'm going to help him go back to work. So he can't sit at home on a couch.
Exactly.
Eating Cheetos, watching movies.
I know.
No, I'm gonna make you get back to work, Dave.
Allegedly, the back is hurting. Yeah.
Oh, we don't even know for sure.
Wow. Who knows?
He could be playing hooky.
He could be.
Where do you think he'd go?
Well, he's not watching Florida State highlights. I know that.
Who is?
Dave, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week.
You got it, Jason.
All right. Thank you. That's the great Dave Richard joining us again. Check out all his work. He's amazing. And thank you to all of you that have texted your questions for Dave. We appreciate that. And hopefully he helped you. Got to win your leagues, right? Each and every week. A lot for you to play for. And it's fun. I mean, I've always enjoyed fantasy football. Played a long, long time. It's fun until the weeks you lose. And you lose by like a point. And then you hate everything about it. And why'd I do this?
Or if you start Nakua and Harrison and they both get hurt in the same day.
I mean, I don't even know. Doesn't sound like that's personal at all, Chris.
Still on.
Got to throw that in there. All right, we got a few moments here left in this segment. Let's see if we can fire off some 3 for Madness.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, we get to question 1 here in a moment. Again, another reminder, about an hour away from GM Scott Perry joining us on the show. That's around 8:15. Chris, question 1.
Joe Flacco looked great last night in the Bengals win over the Steelers. Was it a fluke, or can Flacco turn this team around?
No, it's not a fluke. I think he can do it. I mean, I think Flacco, 1, has literally got very good weapons for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's got a ton of experience. I think he, there's a couple plays you could see in the game where it's like, I don't think he knew, or they weren't on the same page, and there's a rhythm, a timing where you need all 11 to be on the same page.
Question 2.
And they certainly weren't, but he improvised a couple times and, throw the ball to Jamar Chase, throw the ball to T. Higgins. That they'll bail you out of some of those things. Or he actually ran a couple times, which worked out. No, I think he's just been a proven good player. Pittsburgh was probably the right team to play. I mean, think about all the times he's played the Steelers over his career. So he had a lot of knowledge of that team. He'll get more and more comfortable. And look, they were seemingly, when you lose Burrow, you're done. And Jake Browning won the first game that he got involved in, and then it was rough. And now you hope Flacco can kind of stabilize things, build some confidence back, and get him going. It's still going to take some work. I still don't think Baltimore's done. Pittsburgh's got a good team, even though they lost yesterday. It's a tough division, but I think Cleveland will get back. Cincinnati will get back in the mix based on having a guy like Flacco. All right, question 2.
Question 2.
Kings' final preseason game is tonight. What would you like to see from the team besides no more injuries?
Yeah, that's the first and foremost. That's imperative. Can't have any more of those. Well, if Westbrook plays, that's something I want to see, just what he looks like with this squad. So anything that's introduced that's new. Also, how the 4 looks, whoever they play tonight, if it's Sarge again, if it's, whoever gets the minutes there while they tinker with that while Keegan Murray is out. But probably a bigger thing besides the caveat that we have in the question of injuries, it's just more stretches of basketball that you go, okay, I feel good about that. And there's been a lot of preseason watching them that I haven't felt good about. And I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that it's the preseason. I mean, it can change come the start of the regular season, but the preseason is just that, to get you ready for the regular season. And the regular season starts next Wednesday for the Kings. And right now, based on what I've seen, they don't look like they're ready for that. Now, maybe camp and maybe practices have been better, but the games that we have seen, that you have seen, there have not been very many good minutes of very good basketball. So I'd like to see more of that tonight. They don't have to win. I'd like to see a longer stretch, a good 5 minutes, a good quarter, a good half of basketball where you go, all right, there you go. There's some things that they can build upon. So that I'm not really looking for much. Just that, and yes, stay healthy through tonight. All right, question 3.
Question 3.
The Kings made it official with Russell Westbrook yesterday. Realistically, what do you expect from him this season, and what would you like his role to be?
Well, it's funny because I know Dave and we all talked about Russell Westbrook. He put out the different poll questions. Actually, I said this. I think the idea of Russell Westbrook on this team makes a lot of sense. It really does to me under this umbrella. What Scott Perry has talked about as far as like his 6 core principles of what he wants from players, culture building and all that, but just, with the competitiveness, the toughness. I mean, like Russell Westbrook checks a ton of those boxes. He's going to play hard. He's relentless. There's so many things that he has done over his career. He's in a different spot in his career. He's not the MVP anymore. He's not the triple-double guy consistently, but he is the guy that is capable of that kind of performance when given minutes. I firmly believe if they had signed Russell Westbrook closer to the time of before camp started, that he really would push Dennis Schroeder for the starting point guard job. I do. Now, he still may, and I think that in itself is healthy. I think when you've watched Schroeder play, though I haven't loved the way he's played so far in the preseason games, when he's been off the floor, the team just hasn't functioned as well. They do need another point guard. They do. Now, the problem is they've got a lot of guards, combo guards that, yeah, Keon can play the point. Malik can play the point. I don't know that Carter can that effectively, but guys that, hey, we need you for a few minutes, play the point, sure. But it's not the same as, look, this is probably an unfair example, but the other night when the Clippers go from James Harden to Chris Paul, oh my goodness. Just guys that make people better. Chris Paul came in 9 assists in 9 minutes. It's just running the team. But we're talking about one of the greats of all time. So there's a need for a lot of the attributes that Russell Westbrook has, but in the same sentence that I'm saying that, there's just a glut of guards and a gaping weakness and a hole in the front court. So that's something we'll ask Scott Perry about because, look, I understand adding Russell Westbrook. I do. But there are other needs, and you can't solve everything in one move. But we'll ask him about that and what he expects from Russell Westbrook. It's a perfect question to ask him. He's the one that signed him. They're the ones that have had their eye on him for a while, and what they expect from Russell Westbrook. But I think you're going to see a guy that's going to compete. And honestly, I think there's going to be plays that I think Kings fans at home in the home game will really enjoy from him. There'll be some puzzling plays too. He's certainly not, we're not painting him out to be this perfect player, but on a team that in a weird way has some individually talented pieces, I think he can help with that. But it's just the mismatch it's puzzling. It really is. And that's why I think everybody believes by the end of the season, the team will be different. And I agree with that. It's just we're not there. And so the watching them while they're in this mode until some of the other moves are made is tough. And there'll be some success. There'll be some failure. But until you get to that next final result of whatever the next version of the team will be, they're in a weird spot. And it's, like I said, it's been tough to watch so far in the preseason. But we'll ask Scott Perry about those things when he joins us at 8:15. But speaking of the Kings, when we come back, we'll kind of reflect more on that. Like, this has been an interesting and challenging week. Some good signs, some bad signs, some injuries. The good, the bad, the ugly. We'll have all that. The Kings week that was when we come back here on Sactown Sports.
Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblin of Hoblin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Tell me, Chad, what's happening for the Drive into Fall event?
There's still time to get some adventure in when you save up to $8,600 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys. I love how these modern Jeep Wrangler Willys are filled with the latest and greatest tech and comforts, yet pay homage to the iconic past of the Jeep with huge off-road capability, distinctive exterior styling, and special interiors you will love.
Man, you make it sound like you're buying a modern-day piece of history.
It's true. Once you get into one of the Willies, you won't want to get out. But whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet. Check out our certified pre-owned supercenter with nearly 200 vehicles available and over 50 under $20,000.
Whatever you need, it's at Hoblet right now. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
8,600 total net savings on select new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys after 4,000 factor rebates and 4,600 dealer discounts. Rebates include 500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. 3% net savings. Sample VIN 608-744. See dealer for details.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
That missed it, I had it. Dave was on the show earlier, Chris, or not on. I don't know how you got this audio, but I was talking to Dave before the show, and somehow you got recording devices everywhere. What can we hear that again?
Back is broken.
What a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
So I mean, you were just I don't know. I feel like my privacy was violated there and his, but Chris had the exclusive audio there. That's what's going on with Dave. But he is ailing with an injured back. Hopefully he will return with us on Monday. So thanks again to Dave Richard joining us, getting your fantasy football fix and ready for the weekend. Football also at 9 o'clock, more on the 49ers, our weekly conversation with Greg Papa. And coming up at 8:15, we will visit with Sacramento Kings general manager Scott Perry. And we'll talk to him about this week. My goodness, a lot of things have happened with the Sacramento Kings in a busy week on the week before the start of the NBA season. League gets going on Tuesday with the 2 games. Kings will open up Wednesday in Phoenix. Dave and I talked a little bit about this yesterday. The beginning of the season, the challenges of that. are first and foremost the schedule. I think in the first 18, they have 9 games. So half of their first 18 games are against OKC, Denver, and Minnesota. They have 3 games each with those 3 teams. So half of them, 9 of the first 18 are against those teams. Doesn't mean they can't win them, but man, what a challenge that will be for this team. Make it even more difficult. They're going to do it without Keegan Murray, who injured his thumb in the game last Friday against Portland, had surgery already, and again, 4 to 6 weeks is on the reevaluation. We've had lots of people ask about Sabonis. There's no official word. There's a mild strain to the hamstring. He will not play tonight. That's the only thing that's confirmed. But his status for next week, we don't know. And that's another guy they can ill afford to lose. So I'm going to hope that at this point it's just tonight and he'll rest, rehab, and get ready for next Wednesday. But if we find out any other news, and we'll ask Scott Perry if he knows any more about that at this point. But and he may not, and that's okay. But that's, the injury part is certainly unfortunate for the Sacramento Kings. Now, I want to get into the other part, though, of the week that was for the Kings, and that's a couple of the things they elected to do, which was the extensions. There was an extension to Devin Carter. There was an extension to Keegan Murray. That's probably the one that caught a lot more people's attention. So, and we'll ask Scott about this as well. So Keegan is a player that obviously Scott Perry did not draft, but had his eye on, and while he's been around the league and certainly been here and seen what Keegan is. And so when Scott Perry has been on with us, I know on Media Day he was on with Alan, and at that time I think Henry Turner was on with Alan. He'll talk a lot about the 6 kind of core principles that he has defined that he thinks will make this team and other teams that he's been a part of winners and long-term winners. And so I think in everything that they do going forward, they're going to try to find players that identify with as many of those characteristics as possible. So I think how I read that is Keegan Murray had, I think by October 20th, if I'm not mistaken, so early next week, was when his extension was going to end, or his extension eligibility window was going to end. Well, the Kings elected to extend him on a 5-year deal. And as Sam Amick told us yesterday, on a deal probably by the end will look pretty favorable for the Kings. Now you just want to see more growth, more development from Keegan Murray. I mean, I think that's more than fair for the organization to expect. I know that Keegan wants that. I know when we talked to him on Media Day, I thought one of the things that stood out to me, I think Dave had asked him about this, about, what if you were the number 1 option? He's like, I'd love that opportunity. I'd love that to see what I can do. And he felt like he could be a guy that could do that. Now, we haven't seen him as that guy. He was maybe at his final run in college, in which most players are. But right now, while Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and Sabonis, and before when Fox was here, he wasn't that. And I think he fit in really well. And I'd kind of maintained the way this roster is made up, the way it is currently, like today at this moment with the imbalance. I think if you're looking at it, the way it's designed, I think the best success this team could have would be Zach LaVine to lead the team in scoring and probably Keegan Murray being second. So, I mean, you're getting the best of Zach's talents. And then if Keegan was your number 2 leading scorer, and that doesn't mean you lose out on Monk and DeRozan and Sabonis and Schroeder and Westbrook and everyone else and Clifford that you're going to play, but Keegan's going to be really, really important to this team this year and going forward, and I think they have rewarded him in that. I think he fits a lot of the things they're looking for as an organization, and as they're in this transformation, and really every roster, if you look around the league, is in some form of transformation. Now, some have identified their core quicker and are building on it and growing with it and winning with it or changing it. And the Kings right now, I don't know that they've completely I would say they haven't. I think that's fair to say, identified their core pieces that they want to go forward with. They know what they're going to go forward with, but have they identified, like, these are the building blocks of the future? I think at one point it was clearly Fox and Sabonis. Well, Fox is gone. I don't think there's plans. I don't know. I don't know that they intend to move on from Sabonis, so he could be an anchor piece going forward, along with Keegan. But I think as I look at this team, and I'm guessing Scott Perry does too, and B.J. Armstrong and every other decision maker, is they got to start identifying younger core pieces that they can start to grow with. That might be Clifford. We're in his infancy. He's just started. Maybe it's Reynaud. I don't know, but I think everything you do has to get closer to kind of getting to that spot. And now Keegan's not an old player, but he's a guy they have now identified as someone they want to grow with. Can Carter be that guy? I have questions about that. Can Keon Ellis be that guy? Questions about that. Will they clean out some of the guards to get some more front court players, to get some more youth? I don't know. There's directions they can go, but I think we all would agree as we look at the roster today, it doesn't look to be that roster that has either a ton of success in front of it this season and certainly not the long-term success that I think they're ultimately looking for. So they got to adjust it. They will. I think we all want to fast track it, and you just got to, everybody's favorite word, patience. Be patient. Well, I know you really have to, in this sense, to Scott Perry, to Doug Chris. They just started on their jobs, but for those of you that have been fans of this team for 10 years, 15 years, 20, or all the time they've been here for now the 41st season, you've had a lot of patience. There's been some success, not a lot, but that was a great run in the early 2000s. The Beam Team year was fun, and that was maybe a window where you thought that would be a longer stretch. It wasn't. So you got to constantly move, and they're going to, I believe, continue to do that. If you look at some other things this week, the other one that was of significance was the signing of Russell Westbrook. And a head scratcher, I get it for a lot of people, and for me too, to some extent. Again, I'll restate it. I understand the premise of signing Westbrook. I understand they did need another point guard. They really do. It may not be their top priority, but it's a priority. It should have been. And I think by adding Westbrook to Schroeder, that's more stable. That's not a long-term stability, but that's more stable at that position. But it's created such a logjam in the backcourt that I don't know how they're going to sort that out. There will certainly be nights that I'm on the post game or back here with Dave in the morning going, yeah, this player didn't play at all, or these two, are they in the doghouse, or why aren't they in the rotation? We'll be asking that. We will. I can guarantee you that. But the numbers suggest that there will be people left out, and they haven't sorted that out yet. But we'll, again, dive into some of those questions when Scott Perry joins us at 8:15. So it's been an eventful week. Obviously, the loss to the Clippers. I don't care about the loss. I didn't like the way they looked tonight. One final preseason offering. It'll be the Lakers, which you'll hear tonight right here on Sactown Sports. All right, when we come back, the NFL Week 7 started last night. Good one with the Steelers and Bengals. What a win for the Bengals. But what else is ahead? Some big matchups in the NFL in Week 7 before we get back to the Kings and Scott Perry at 8:15. That's all coming up right here on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter Get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-646-5454. That's 800-646-5454.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here, talking to you about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Now, they are upgrading their offerings to you to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience into the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy Home Pros. And you've heard me talk about them for years as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get a second opinion on any HVAC service or replacement, but now you can also get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. And when you really think about it, how do we know how much it's supposed to cost? At the very least, you'll know you're in the ballpark, and I can all but guarantee you they'll beat the price. They'll come out for free. They'll give you a second opinion. And all you got to do is give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
The excitement of the game is here, and so are the model year-end savings at Stockton Honda, the best Honda dealer in Northern California. Score big with low payments, more for your trade, and a huge selection. Don't wait. The clock is ticking at StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Ready to boogie? November 1st at the venue, Thunder Valley Casino. Saturday Night Dance Fever featuring Colm the Gang, Heatwave, Tavares, The Tramp, hosted by Denny Terrio. Saturday Night Dance Fever, November 1st at Thunder Valley Casino. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. A World One Presents event.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Sacramento gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations, and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life, like a light switch gets turned back on. When a spouse says, "Thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before," that's the moment it all clicks for me, and that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 916-619-3000 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 916-619-3000. Or schedule anytime at ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Good morning to one and all. Thank you to all of those of you that are joining us on YouTube, over the radio, maybe a smart speaker, the app, however you do. Thank you. Really, truly thank you for that. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, Carmichael Dave, out with an injured back today. I mean, it's like one of those things where he could not move very well yesterday while here, and then it got worse for him yesterday. So hopefully he'll be able to return with us on Monday. Anybody that's can relate to that, you know how debilitating that can be. Tonight, for those of you that are roaming around, driving around, check out Sactown Sports. We'll have the G-Man on the call. Kings basketball, Kings and Lakers, the rivalry renewed. I don't know. It's a preseason. It's the final one. Hopefully the Kings will play much better tonight. They will not have Sabonis. They will not have Keegan Murray. Like we said, the only thing we know about Sabonis right now, I think it was a grade 1 mild hamstring strain or injury. Left the game last game, did not return. He will not play tonight. And that's it. That's all we know. And we'll be talking to Scott Perry, who will join us at 8:15. We'll get more on that. All right. So let's get into the NFL, though, a little bit before we get back into the Kings at the start of the next hour. It's another big NFL weekend. We started with some good matchups yesterday, or a good matchup yesterday. We had one game that proved to be pretty darn good. It was a good Thursday night game. Sometimes those are kind of slogs to get through, but it was good yesterday, and so was this guy.
Shotgun snap to Flacco. Looking, throwing, caught,
Yeah.
middle of the end zone. Nice. Noah Fant, the Bengals tight end, with the touchdown catch. And Cincinnati's lead can be back to 10 with the extra point.
I feel like, Chris, you could be that analyst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Let's go.
Right now. What time? Just drop little key things in there, and you got it. See if we got more Bengal highlights and more of our analysts. Let's see here. Yeah, this should be one.
Looking to throw it deep, launches it high and deep, and it is picked off.
Nice.
The Bengals intercepted.
Nice.
Jordan Battle on his feet and running it back. He's at the 40, middle of the field to the 45, the 50, the 45 of Pittsburgh, and tackled at the 44-yard line. Jordan Battle with his third interception of the year.
You can mix in a how about it. Here's a touchdown, a different touchdown.
Shotgun snap. Flacco floats one high into the air, left side of the end zone.
Nice.
Chase going to the ground, makes the catch. There's a penalty flag in the end zone. It's on Pittsburgh. Touchdown, Bengals.
Okay, let's see one to T. Higgins.
Flacco drops back, fires over the middle.
Boom.
Caught by Higgins.
Boom.
He's at the 15,
Boom.
10, 5.
Boom.
Touchdown! Bengals. T. Higgins sprinting up the middle of the field between the hash marks. Touchdown passes to Chase and Higgins to give Cincinnati the lead.
Is that Frankie?
3 booms.
We bring the boom. That's what we do.
Let's see. How was the... Oh, we got to get the game-winning field goal. Let's see how this sounds. This is a field goal, so you got anticipation on this one.
Are you going to go, wait, hold on. Is it going to be nice, boom, or yeah?
I think it's going to be, and I've not heard the call, an extended yes in the background.
I'm going to say there's going to be an all right.
Ooh, off the board, Chris. Okay, let's see.
Money Mac is ready. He takes a deep breath. Waits for the long snap back to Rico. Rico puts it down. The kick is up. It is good.
Yes.
And the Bengals have a 2-point lead with 7 seconds left on the clock.
I don't get a short yes and a good.
I don't think the analyst should say good before the play-by-play.
Oh, did he actually do it? Let me hear that again.
Money Mac is ready. He takes a deep breath. Waits for the long snap back to Rico. Rico puts it down. The kick is up. It is good. And the Bengals have a 2-point lead with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, so the game's over there. I have not heard the final call, which is basically, this is the last play. Do you think we have anything from him in here?
I'm going to go with yes.
I'm going to go with clapping.
Okay.
I think just clapping.
Just clapping.
Rodgers catches the shotgun snap. Now he'll run around, allow his receivers to get downfield,
There it is.
and he launches it into the end zone. And it is broken up, incomplete, knocked
time
away
left.
by DJ Ivey. And the Bengals have knocked out the Steelers on Thursday night by the final score of 33-31.
We had a no time left.
I would like to think that the analyst is just at home watching on TV. And he has
Just being
no
piped in.
idea that the play-by-play guy is talking.
Yeah, he can't hear him. He's just talking.
Good.
Yeah. No time left. All right. Well, that was last night. That was a good game. As far as the weekend ahead, there are some good matchups. Obviously, we'll be worried about Sunday Night Football, a game you can hear right here on Sactown Sports, the 49ers and Falcons. We'll talk about that with Greg Papa at 9. But you do have the Rams at the Jaguars. That's an important one for the 49ers to keep their eye on. Obviously, they're keeping their eye on Seattle as well. The Seahawks, they have to wait till Monday night, one of the 2 Monday night games when they take on the Texans. Raiders at the Chiefs, coming off a win, but, I mean, the Chiefs, as we talked to Dave Richard earlier, getting Rashee Rice back. Chiefs are starting to look pretty good, so that's going to be a tough one for Vegas. I like the Eagles and Vikings matchup. We'll see how that one plays out. And then Colts and Chargers, kind of a sneaky good game. I mean, the beauty of the NFL, like, it really is amazing. Each week you might look at the slate and go, oh, these are great games or not so great games. And the beauty of the red zone, too, it can get you involved in a game. You're like, why am I so into this Bears Broncos game? It's like, man, this game's incredible. Just the NFL it's incredible theater. It really is. They've got it down, and each week that theater, the importance of each week's game that still tells the story of the season that gets you to the next week. All part of their script that everyone says is out there that I don't believe in, but it's good. And then you've got the other part. You root for your team. There's the gambling element. You got your fantasy football element. It's just fun. It's fun to watch. Are you still primarily just red zone?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always red zone, and then when the Niners are on. The Raiders aren't on as much as they used to be, which I understand not in market anymore, but it used to be I would either record the Raiders and Niners just so I could watch it back kind of in more of a let's lock in on the game, but the red zone's tough to pass up on.
And it's tough to go to that Sunday night football game afterwards.
This is slow.
Because it's just like, oh my gosh.
Commercials, where'd these come from? And why are there so many? And how do I sit through it? I've said that before, working so many football games or mainly working games that I go to for the NBA. There was one Kings game ever that I showed up. I had a function that I couldn't go work the game, but I came to the game in like the early second quarter, and it felt like the game sitting there took forever as a fan. I don't know why. It was like when you're working, it's the same amount of time, but it just there's always something going on. You're talking near the break. It feels like it moves quickly. But when I was sitting there going, what does everybody do during the timeouts when there's no action? It just felt different to me. It was a different experience. But tonight we will have Kings and Lakers for you here.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it's as you're saying that, I'm realizing what it is because you do a lot of your work during the timeouts, getting stats and that. Uh-huh. So you feel like there's not enough time.
Right.
And when you're not doing out of that, there's too much time.
Yes. Yeah. And so and there's tons of entertainment. There's stuff going on. There's plenty for the fans, but I'm like, I don't know. And plus the one game I did do that for, it was an awful game. They just got annihilated too by the Rockets about, 8 years ago or something like that. All right. When we come back, we have the 8 o'clock hour. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to have a chance for you, another code word, but our different prize. This is our big giveaway with the Kimpton Sawyer giveaway that we've been talking about for a while. We'll have that code word. We'll have more on the Kings and Lakers tonight. And Kings general manager Scott Perry is scheduled to join us right around 8:15. So, big hour begins with GM Scott Perry coming your way next on Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh, my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
This Sactown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. The 49ers lose in Tampa Bay on Sunday 30-19, but far worse for San Francisco. They lose their all-pro linebacker Fred Warner for the season with a devastating broken and dislocated right ankle. San Francisco comes home to take on Atlanta for Sunday Night Football. You can catch all the action beginning at 4 o'clock right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, back here as we start the 8 o'clock hour. Jason Ross here with you. Christopher Laud. Carmichael Dave will be back with us, we hope, on Monday. It is 8 o'clock, so you know what that means. It is your opportunity right now as part of our Revival and Sawyer Game Night giveaway. This has been a big giveaway we've been talking about for a couple of weeks here. You get 2 lower-level Kings tickets to the November 7th Kings versus Thunder game. So you got the defending champs in the building. It's the first NBA Cup game at G1C2. You get a one-night stay at Kipton Sawyer Hotel, plus a $200 gift card to Revival. So it's really a phenomenal prize. The tickets, the stay, the gift card. You just got to continue to listen all throughout the day with the code words. So I know we got multiple things going on today, but this one you're locking in 8 o'clock every day, then at noon, then at 4. Today, our code word right now at 916-339-1140 is game. Our text code word, 8 o'clock game, G-A-M-E. How about that? Again, 2 lower-level Kings tickets to the game against the Thunder, November 7th, which is that first Cup game. and then a one-night stay at the Kimpton Sawyer Hotel, and a $200 gift card to Revival. So wonderful, wonderful opportunity there coming your way. All right, coming up in a few minutes, probably about 10 minutes or so, we're going to check in with Kings general manager Scott Perry. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's in Los Angeles with the team. I think. We'll ask him about that. Plenty of things to ask him about. It has been a busy week for your Sacramento Kings. And I appreciate him coming on today. I know Dave's really bummed that he's missing out on this opportunity. And Scott's been he'll be forthright with us. We look forward to that, and got to ask him about Keegan. One, his injury. Two, his extension. See if he has an update for us on Sabonis. The Westbrook signing, which was curious for a lot of things. But look, he's the one that made the signing. I'm sure he'll tell us the reasoning behind it. And we'll have to ask about kind of this roster, the imbalance of it, which it's pretty glaring. So you can't fix everything in one move, but we'll ask him about, kind of trying to address that front court now that you have so many, even more backcourt options. Text line, too, we got a couple comments coming in. I'd missed some of these, so apologies for that at 339-1140. Let's see. I would love to see if Westbrook can have an effect on Devin Carter's development. That's the logic behind, I think, when you have veterans. That's what you want. I don't know. I can't pretend to know that that's will happen and help. I don't think it will hurt, but I don't know. I don't know what Westbrook's plans are. I believe a guy like DeRozan and Sabonis and Levine, who have been around a little while, are helping out other guys. But I know logically people look at it and go, oh, sometimes the starters don't play well. They're teaching them bad habits. I don't think it's always about that. It's about understanding the league. It's about preparation. It's about film study, keeping your body healthy. A lot of different things that you hope, veterans just keep passing on, that who they got from their veteran and so on and so forth. So I talked about, patience earlier, which I'm not necessarily trying to preach it to fans by any means, because I totally get the frustration that's been the last couple, really not the last couple years, but probably the bigger picture spanning out to more years. Someone had said, I think it's fair to say our patience is running out. I get it. I just don't know how else to a leash, I guess, for people that are new at this. Like Doug Christie, this is his first start as the head coach of the team. Scott Perry, he was here before, but his first run at running this team. Those guys didn't build the stuff that was prior to them, but when you're asking, like, they should get some grace period. But as an organization, I get it. Look, you've been a fan of this team for a long time. I've been a fan of this team for a long time. We all want them to win. I think they want to win. They haven't figured out the ability to do it consistently. And that's honestly what everybody's chasing. It's not easy. There's different cycles, and that's where Dave and I, differ on a few things. We agree on a lot of stuff. I think he's more, and I should let him speak for it, but I pretty much hear him every day talk about it. I think he's more in the camp that he'd like to tear this completely down and build with youth and grow that way. That has worked for some teams. It doesn't work. It's not foolproof, but it can. And maybe that is the best route for this team. I know can be some really lean years along the road to that. And sometimes when you get in the lottery, you're there for a while. There's not a lot of teams that flip it quickly and all of a sudden, sometimes you need like a really big break. You need to get even getting Victor Wembanyama for the Spurs. Look, they haven't made the playoffs yet. Now, they might this year. I think I've got pretty high hopes for them. Getting Cooper Flag, getting a transcending type of player. But we've seen that player show up at 15th in the lottery, show up in the second round. We've seen that player picked 9th. It's really all over the place. I know this is easier said than done, but really every move you make, you just have to hope that you got it right, or you're on the positive. You have a better batting average than you go, ooh, that was a miss. Okay, how bad was your miss? And when we think about like some of the biggest misses for the Kings, the one that gets referred to a lot and is totally fair is drafting Bagley over, and we always say Luka, but as you span through that draft, it could have been Trae Young. It could have been Jaren Jackson Jr. Heck, now it could have been SGA, who went a lot later. Like, there's a lot of people that they missed out on, and the fact that Bagley just never became the player at least while he was here, that they had hoped he could be.
And the funny thing is let's say the Kings skip over all those players and get SGA, everyone would flip out of like, you're picking him there with the second pick?
Who is this? Right. And at the time, SGA is now a part of the latest Netflix starters. And last year Sabonis was in it, and I've had a couple people tell me about that. And SGA basically talked about how that was, he was really excited to be a Clipper, thought he could be a difference maker, and then he gets traded and immediately went, like, for a month, just went to work and just, like, was obsessed with getting his game better, and it became obsessed with, like, all right, I'm going to make my mark on another franchise. And to his credit, he's done that, and OKC is the youngest team to win a championship. They're one of the favorites, if not the favorite, to do it again. They're in a terrific spot, and the Clippers gave up him and all those picks for Paul George, and it didn't work out for them. So at the time, it looked like this huge move for the Clippers, and it ended up turning the other way, where it was a huge move for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So it's not, look, we're all going to play armchair coach, armchair GM. That's kind of what we do in the media, certainly as fans, certainly on social media. But the job isn't as easy as we all make it out to be. But like I say, going forward for those decision makers, really for Scott Perry and roster building, you hope that he gets more wins in his column. Like when you go, oh, they drafted well there, or that was a good trade, or that was a good free agent signing. You want more of those wins, and then you go, maybe that one wasn't as good. That one didn't work out as they had hoped. You see the plan, you see the thought process. It just sometimes guys land in a situation where it doesn't work. So for him, that's the people where I was to the texter's point, I guess, where I'm talking about the dreaded patient word. It would be more for Scott Perry and Doug Christie, because they've just begun their journey with this organization. The organization as a whole, look, they don't get as much of a pass because they've got the longer track record. And some fans, and that's the other thing I've learned in doing this long, and maybe that's part of the beauty of, for me, working with Dave and knowing him and being friends with him so long, is that he does fan differently than me. And that's okay. He's not right or wrong, and I'm not right or wrong. And I think I'll say this in a weird way. One of my favorite / least favorite things, where two things can be true, is to, usually I work the game, and when the game is over, I then look at social media. And sometimes I have an opinion of the game, and I go, whoa, social media is completely different than my perception of the game. And again, their perception isn't wrong. That's what they believe their truth to be. And I went, wow, I didn't look at it that way at all. But that's a more generally a toxic world, not always, but that's how that group is communicating and feeling. I'm at all the home games. The way you hear it is if someone's booing and there's, a reaction in that way. But a lot of times, like I've told Dave, that's like, you get there, the game starts, they could have lost 8 in a row and last place. It's like before tip off, the music's going, everybody's jumping up and down, like they're into it, and they want to be entertained and have some fun, and hey, a surprise win. Like that group had fun, and maybe that win for the camp that doesn't want them to win doesn't help. But the people that were at the game had a great time. The people that watched the game or listened to the game probably want the team to win, I'm assuming. They had a great time. So there's different paths on this, which make it very, very unique. All right, we're going to get Scott Perry here in just a few moments, but Brad is chosen to dial us up this morning. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning. I just wanted to comment on the time that definitely the Kings looked over a few players. I know this was way back, but Joe Klein.
Yeah, you're going way back.
Way, way, way back. I mean, I was just getting into basketball, but even when I was at the age, I was like, Joe Klein. And then, I want to be positive about the Keegan Murray deal, but, man, he 12 points and, 2 rebounds? 5 assists? I think we overpaid him, man.
Oh,
but
interesting.
Who wants to come here, though? That's what's sad.
Well, and thank you, Brad. It was breaking up a little bit at the end. I will say this. I didn't really have an issue, and maybe that's, again, it's how you look at things. I thought the Keegan contract kind of fell in line with, like, Jabari Smith. It's a little bit above him. It's less than Franz Wagner. It's less than Paolo Banchero, which it should be based on the way those two guys have played in Orlando. I don't know. I thought it was kind of in the market value. It's weird. Look, everybody on the blanket term, everybody gets a lot of money. But I don't know, Chris, did you think of it was an overpay, a gross overpay, barely overpay, right on line?
No, I thought it was a pretty good compromise. Keegan
Yeah.
gets what he wants. Kings get to keep Keegan. Like, I didn't think it was outrageous.
Yeah, and I think at the end, look.
And then, like, in a year or two, it's going to be like, oh, well, that's not that much. It's insane to say that $28 million a year is
not that much.
Is not that much,
Yeah.
but in reality, compared to other contracts, it's not going to be that much.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a test that we're going to look at here in the next couple of years because everybody has kind of felt that OKC has done this about as perfectly as you could with scouting, getting a young group, building it, and now they've paid some guys, and they should. They deserved it. SGA, Chet, Jalen Williams, phenomenal players, getting them to a championship. They've grown with them, and they've won. And I have no issue with any of those guys getting their money. I don't know if they're going to continue to be able to continue to keep the next group of guys if someone else develops and becomes a good player. Like it's just going to become an interesting case study to see a team that, already 4 years out from now, it has $186 million on their cap. Now, look, they're in a phenomenal spot. They're the team to beat. SGA in the 28-29 season is going to make $68 million. You're probably saying he's worth it. He might be. But, that's a guy that's going to make 3 times the amount of Keegan. And maybe that all lines up to you. I'm going to be anxious to watch this as this goes along over the next couple of years, especially in different markets. And every market's a little bit different, including this one here in Sacramento. And with that being said, let's welcome in the general manager of your Sacramento Kings, Scott Perry, joining me, Jason Ross. Scott, good morning.
Hey, Jason. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. You, I was wondering, are you in Los Angeles today with the team?
I am in Los Angeles. Just got done working out this morning and getting ready to go to shoot around shortly, and looking forward to another good day of work today.
All right. What's on your workout regimen? What do you do on a regular basis?
I do 45 minutes of cardio every day, then another 20, 25 minutes of some sort of functional weight training, and that's my daily routine. Usually I'm up when I'm back home in Sacramento, working out between 5:30, quarter to 6.
Always been. You got long days.
Well, if I don't get it in the morning, I will not get it in the afternoon or the evening. So I have to force myself to get up. But it starts the day off right.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you're doing that, and you got to keep your body right, keep your mind right. It's been a busy week for the Kings, busy week for you. I'm going to kind of go, I guess, in order of a couple of events. Scott, what I've been saying on the air is one of my goals always for the preseason is to try to get through it first and foremost healthy. And unfortunately, that's a box you guys can't check off because of the injury to Keegan. How frustrating for him and for you guys was to see a key player get injured.
It's definitely unfortunate, Keegan's injury, because in preseason you're trying a lot of different combinations. You're trying to see what group of players work well together. So him being out interrupts that process. But at the same time, I'm always a person that looks at things through a lens of a glass half full instead of empty. So it's opened up some opportunity to get a deeper look at other players and other combinations, and so excited about that. So we'll see what that brings over the next few weeks while Keegan is in recovery.
Yeah, and looking at your roster, we've talked about kind of where the imbalances seem at guard, and we'll talk about Westbrook here in a few moments. But it's a spot that, like you said, creates some opportunities, but that front court doesn't appear to have as much depth. How's that challenge of filling that void without Keegan?
Oh, definitely a challenge, but what I'm excited about is we have 2 young rookies in Max Reynaud and Dylan Cardwell, who I think has had a really good training camp. They bring a lot of energy to the court, and so let's get a chance. Well, hopefully we'll get a chance to see more of them and the type of energy they bring. Obviously, there's a lot for them to learn. There will be mistake-filled moments, but they'll be doing it with a lot of high energy, and they bring some size and presence to the floor as well too. So we'll see how they grow and develop during that short time. Dario Saric, who's a veteran 4-man in this league, did a nice job when he got his first opportunity when we played in Portland in terms of being able to space the floor, make shots, have a high basketball IQ, and also opens up an opportunity for Isaac Jones, who most King fans know, who was part of this roster last year. So we'll see what he does with the opportunity as well. We could go small. We could play DeMar DeRozan at the 4, alongside Nick Clifford, because I think Kings fans will get a lot of opportunity to see Nick throughout the course of the year, too. And he's a young player that we have a lot of pride in and think that he has a really strong chance to develop into a really solid player in this league. So we'll be looking at that. I think that with the league going, some teams we're going to play two bigs, and some teams will still play smaller. So we'll just have to adjust each night and see how we fare.
On the other, I don't know if you have an update. Last we saw, as far as the injury front goes, on Sabonis, we know he left the game the other night, hamstring strain. I know he's not playing tonight. Is there any further word on his health status going forward?
No further word. As you mentioned, he'll be out tonight, but cautiously optimistic that he'll be, coming back to us sooner rather than later. So get a chance to see him today and how he continues to respond to treatment in a little time off. And, we obviously need him to be back to start getting closer to full strength as a basketball team. So we'll keep you updated as we get more information.
Okay. We're talking with Scott Perry, Kings general manager. A big week, too, for you in the signing and extending of Keegan Murray. We're just talking about him and not having him for a while, but you will have him for several years on this extension. What was the thought behind extending Keegan here and keeping him as a King for several years?
You're looking at a young man and a player at 6'8", 6'9", who is extremely versatile. And those type of players are very in high demand in and around this league, as most basketball pundits will tell you and people that work in the industry. And so having that versatility around, having him, knowing that he's going to be part of us moving forward. He's a very high character young man, which resonates very well with me and what we're trying to build here. You've heard me talk about those 6 tenets often, the competitive, tough, team-oriented, professional, accountable, and disciplined. He lives those. He practices those. He exhibits those. So we're really excited to have him as part of us and part of a core moving forward. So he gives it to you on both sides of the floor. He's shown you throughout his short career he's able to space the floor with his ability to shoot the basketball, and he's one of the more versatile defenders at his size, being able to match up literally really 1 through 5 on the defensive end. So brings very high value, and I just think he's still scratching the surface a little bit in terms of what type of player he can become in this league, and it's our job to continue to work with him and develop him and help him reach his full potential. And if we can do that, I think that bodes well for the Kings organization moving forward.
Yesterday, Scott, you also bring in Russell Westbrook. There have been talk about Russ for a while, but you guys officially land him to be a veteran to kind of hit those 6 tenets that you've been talking about. Tell us about the thought, in an already crowded backcourt, but you elect to bring in a veteran in Russell Westbrook. What was the thought behind bringing Russ to this team?
Well, you talk about those 6 tenets and the importance of those. And, you've heard me say many times, Jason, about this season is about establishing that identity. And just really felt that Russ can really help us in that way. And he brings us another guy who's played point guard his entire career. So right now on the roster, we just have Dennis Schroeder, who really has been a full-time point guard throughout his career. God forbid if anything were to happen to him, felt like we'd be real lean and someone being able to captain the ship, if you will. And so Russ, look, his resume speaks for itself. We're talking about a guy who's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And the thing I've always marveled and appreciated in watching him over his career, he's never cheated the game. I don't think you can look at any game that this young man has competed in and where you didn't feel like he gave 110% all all game long. And so even at his age now, going to his 18th year, that's, who he was last year when he played last year in Denver too. So we're excited about that. He's excited to be with us, and I just think it's not only will he be able to help us on the floor, I think he's going to be really good, especially with our younger players too, in terms of showing them the type of example of what a true great professional looks like. Again, we know his competitive side. I think he's going to add that to our locker room. I think he's going to always hold himself accountable, but also hold everyone else in that locker room accountable, not only the young guys, but veteran players as well. So anytime you can get some leadership like that, I think it's nothing but a plus. And so I'm just looking forward to seeing him get ingratiated to our group here over the next week before the season starts, and we'll be ready to go next week.
I don't know this, or do you know? Is he available? Do you expect him to be available tonight, or is that too soon?
I doubt that he plays tonight. I expect him to go through shoot around today, and we don't want to put him in harm's way. He's in really good shape. Russell is always working out and ready to go. But we'll go through shoot around. I'm sure he's going to sit with the coaches today, watch a lot of film, learn some about terminology and things of that nature. But we don't want to put him in any type of harm's way in terms of playing tonight. So I would lean towards that happening, but we'll give a final word here coming out of shoot around.
So when Westbrook was added, again, I said I understand the sense and the thought behind it, but I also look, Scott, at just a crowded backcourt, a very crowded backcourt. How there's going to be some guys that may not get some opportunities, and we're looking at Westbrook, Schroeder, Carter, Ellis, Monk, Levine, and we go down the line. How do you guys kind of rationalize that part?
Well, I rationalize about it. Like I said, again, I've had a chance to be around this team for a few weeks right now. Like I tell you, Dennis Schroeder is the one guy who's a point guard in the building. Everyone else that you mentioned are all secondary ball handlers. Now Westbrook gives us a legit guy that plays the point guard position in the backup capacity there. And so that's how we really rationalize it. I think competition is a good thing. Mm-hmm. All of those kind of things will work themselves out. When you start building out a roster, that takes time too. And you don't just – so, yeah, we may have a number of guards right now on the roster. We recognize that. But, again, in terms of having the skill set to organize and run a team, now Russ gives us a second guy that I have extreme confidence in that can do that. And we'll work and build from there. And guys will have to stay ready and take care of their opportunities as they come by during the season. And we recognize that we're not a finished product as well. And we'll spend this season again figuring out all those guys who subscribe to those 6 tenets and who are willing to push forward with us moving forward, and also know that we'll need to address some things as we move forward up front as well, get some more athleticism to this basketball team. But again, those opportunities you just have to take advantage of them when they become available.
Yeah.
And so you can't choose when those opportunities come available. So this opportunity with Russ was available now, so we had to jump on it.
All right, last one for you, because I know you gotta head out to shoot around as we're talking with Kings GM Scott Perry. How about the challenge, Scott, of I'm hearing what you're saying about this year is about establishing this identity of what you want to build on long-term success, when a lot of the league is, fairly or unfairly measured on wins and losses. So how's that challenge of trying to get success in that identity while trying to get as many wins as you can in the same process?
Well, look, the league is a challenge we know every year. And obviously I'm someone, like I told you in my initial press conference, that, I am wired to win and want to win. But I also understand that it's a process that comes with sustainable winning. Having been a part of that for a long time, especially earlier in my career, in my days in Detroit, it took time. It didn't just happen with a snap of a finger and then or a lot of wordsmithing that this is what we're going to be. You've got to build it brick by brick, and you can't really skip steps. So the first thing, in my opinion, is to just build a team that's going to compete every single night and lay it on the line. Because if you can have that as a foundation, now you have a chance to continue to add talent to that, but it also gives you an opportunity to be in a lot of games throughout the course of the season. And my experience in the NBA, if your team is playing hard, extremely, and together every night, you give yourself a chance, even against teams that may have stronger personnel than you. So that's our challenge, is to start creating that type of environment this year so that we can, lay the groundwork, dig the foundation. And, you've heard me use the analogy of building a home.
Mm-hmm.
I want to build my home. I want to dig beneath the surface, go 15, 20 feet beneath the surface and pour the concrete instead of just pouring the concrete on top of the starting my house right on top of the ground and not having a strong foundation underneath. So this year is about getting that foundation underneath and establishing that. And we're obviously going to try to compete, and every chance we get to try to win the game, we're going to obviously that's what we're in it for to do. But I think we got to do that on a parallel track, though, in terms of establishing an identity and trying to win as much as possible.
Well, we appreciate your time, that's for sure, Scott. Enjoy your time in L.A. I'm so excited for the start of the season next week, and I know we'll be talking to you a lot during the season. Thanks again. It's been a busy week for you, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, thank you. Thank you. That is
bye now.
Yep, Kings general manager Scott Perry joining us from Los Angeles after his workout. He's joining us. Yeah, I mean, again, I knew he would give his answers as to the thought behind Westbrook. I told you, I think they did need another point guard. They really do. It's clearing up those other guards. He said strike when those opportunities come. And I'm sure they're going to be aggressive, and that's the step. That's the spot I feel like this team is in, where they've got some individually talented players. The mix is a bit odd, but it isn't the final product, and it doesn't mean this is likely the product next week and maybe the week after. But when the season rolls along and there's trade opportunities, you don't just do it to do it. But I think they're going to be in a position where they're going to have to, whether it's the glut of guards, clearing out some contracts, creating some other opportunities. This team will change, but we're in that period right now where you're trying to do as much to build that identity he's talking about. Doug's going to try to get as many wins as possible. It's really a tightrope they're walking, but that's what they're going to try to execute here. All right, thanks again to Scott Perry. Again, if you ever miss any part of any conversation we have, you always have a chance to go back to Sactown Sports when the shows are podcasted. You can check them all out. When we come back, 4 down territory, lock of the week, upset of the week, game of the week, where we'd like to be, all that and more when we come back on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Ophelia Young in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A little fog will clear this morning for a mostly sunny day with highs near 70 degrees. Tonight will be cool with overnight lows near 50 degrees. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCR3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
and get ready for the workday.
Footballs are flying. The days are getting shorter. Fall is officially here. Will your heater be able to get you through the winter? The heater at Whiteywood shut down last winter. So who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Coverage varies by plan, view contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission, $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-378-7241. 800-378-7241. Again, that's 800-378-7241.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockrell with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. Just when we thought we were out, they pulled us back in to trade wars. President Trump announced 100% tariffs on Chinese goods starting November 1st unless a deal with the U.S. is reached. China has retaliated by refusing to buy U.S. soybeans. There is a planned meeting on October 31st, so the hope is that there is a deal forthcoming as our green technology and our continued move to AI depends on the rare earth resources that we receive from China. Large bank earnings help boost the markets during the middle of the week. This could be a sign that the economy is doing well and rates could be coming down more in the near future. Next week's CPI report could give us some clues to whether the market growth is sustainable. With the government shut down in its third week, the release of critical data could be delayed, so the hope is that the Fed has sufficient data to make its upcoming open market decisions later this month. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth, member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
All right, still a lot more show to go. Again, thanks to Scott Perry. Thanks to Dave Richard. We got Greg Papa coming up at 9. More code words. Friday fun and games. Alan Stiles, celebrity birthdays. Celebrity pick 6. So much to do. But let's go. Chris, let's steamroll through. We're going to go hurry up offense. 4 down territory. First down.
What is your lock of the week?
Lock it up. Patriots at the Titans. Patriots are going to go into Tennessee. They're not a very good team. They're favored by 6.5. I know that's probably an easy pick. Love the Patriots in this one. New England all the way. Second down.
What is your upset of the week?
All right, upset. We're going off board here because nobody's going to be watching this game unless you're a fan of each team. The Dolphins and the Browns in Cleveland. Cleveland's favored by 1.5. I don't know. I have this weird feeling the Dolphins. I mean, every week they're playing like a sense of desperation. They don't seem to care. They seem like their coach is going to get fired any minute. I think they're going to have one last hurrah for him. I think the Dolphins will upset the Cleveland Browns in the dog pound. All right, third down.
Which NFL game would you want to attend this week?
All right, well, it's about atmosphere. I think it'd be fun to be in. I think Seattle's always got a good atmosphere. I don't know if I want to be there on a Monday night.
Oh, my gosh, you're just lame.
Exactly, so I'm eliminating that one, Katie. Sorry about that. I think the one I would take would actually be, I'm going to go to San Francisco, Sunday Night Football. I like the game on it.
Oh, you're going to miss the game. You're going to be about 30 miles out of town.
What's the game? Oh, you're right, San Francisco. Let's go to Santa Clara.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to start in San Francisco and then make my way to Santa Clara to Levi Stadium and check out the Sunday night game. Falcons-Niners. That's a pretty good one on Sunday night. That's the one I would like to attend.
Do you know what mine would have been?
What? Last night?
No.
What?
Take a guess.
In the NFL?
Yeah.
Rams, Jags at Wembley.
Yeah. But see, what I would do is I'd go to Manchester, so I'd be there tomorrow for City versus Everton, come down to London for the game. You know what? I'm going to go down to Villarreal to watch City versus Villarreal in the Champions League. Yeah. And I'm going to come back in through the UK to Birmingham to see City away at Aston Villa.
And then the Rams and Jags.
No. The Rams is in the middle. The Rams is game 2.
Oh, gotcha. That's the third game, the last one.
No, that would be the 4th game.
4th down.
Which college game would you most want to attend this week?
Well, besides the homecoming matchup, Sacramento State and Northern Colorado tomorrow night at Hornet Stadium. It's USC Notre Dame. There's some good ones though. Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama, Tennessee, but yeah, it's USC Notre Dame. The rivalry, the atmosphere, being at Notre Dame, that's a great one. That would be the one to attend if you had a chance. All right, we did it. We went through it quickly.
And you didn't think we could.
And we didn't think we could at all. Next segment, though, another jam-packed segment. We've got who's hot and who's not. We got to recap our streaking. We've got Celebrity Pick 6, all before we get to the 9 o'clock. How are we going to do it? We'll find out. That's all next on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about Jonathan Gonzalez. Gonzalez Law, he's a lawyer right in downtown Sacramento, 916-304-9187, or go to saclegaldefense.com to look him up on the website. Now, he is someone that has helped many, many people in our region and can help you. Maybe this is a week and you're thinking, man, I might be in a pinch and a bind. I've got some questions. Well, he can help if you got those questions, and whether it's literally something as serious as criminal defense, maybe it's a car accident you need some help and assistance on, wrongful termination case, sexual harassment case, certainly expungements. That's something he has specialized and helped many, many people with. Something that's been on your record that you like removed from your record that you just don't know how to do that. Well, he does, and he's helped many, many people do that and get some of their rights back and just kind of get their life going forward again. So if you need help, you're in that spot, why not go to someone that's local, that's in Sacramento, that's one of us, and has done a great job for many, many years and can help you. It is Gonzalez Law. His name is Jonathan Gonzalez. Check out saclegaldefense.com or call 916-304-9187.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here, talking to you about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Now, they're upgrading their offerings to you to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience into the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. And you've heard me talk about them for years as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get a second opinion on any HVAC service or replacement, but now you can also get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. And when you really think about it, how do we know how much it's supposed to cost? At the very least, you'll know you're in the ballpark, and I can all but guarantee you they'll beat the price. They'll come out for free. They'll give you a second opinion. And all you got to do is give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Sinners and Saints is back at the venue at Thunder Valley, Saturday, October 25th.
Don't miss the Michael Jackson tribute concert, the $5,000 costume contest, and more. Don't have FOMO checking your social media, seeing your friends posted from the party.
Get your tickets now at ThunderValleyResort.com.
Sactown Sports has your ticket to the biggest live events going on in our region. First up, get in the game Halloween weekend at the Sinners and Saints Halloween Party and Costume Contest at the venue at Thunder Valley, October 25th. Then, country fans, the spotlight's on the brand new Channel 24 venue in Sacramento as Cameron Marlowe takes the stage October 28th. Comedy lovers, don't miss the one and only Trevor Noah, November 9th at the venue at Thunder Valley. The action keeps rolling with Jesse McCartney at Channel 24 Sacramento on November 14th. The same night, legends, the Isley Brothers bring the soul to Hard Rock Live. Rock icons Heart storm Hard Rock Live on November 21st, followed by the Stray Cats November 23rd. Laugh it up with Mike Epps on December 5th at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Sactown Sports is your home court for live events. Head to SactownSports.com. That's SactownSports.com for more info.
What's hot, what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Home Pros, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergy.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, Chris, who is hot?
Who do you think is hot?
Toronto Blue Jays offense? Dodgers pitching?
Nope.
I don't know.
Wrong sport.
Oh, Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco. Last night in the Bengals' 33-31 win over the Steelers, he completed 31 of 47 passes, threw for 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Way to go, Joe.
MVP Joe Flacco.
I have him as MVP. Okay. Well, he's hot. I gotta know. Who's not?
Shohei Ohtani. He did go 1 for 4 yesterday, but he has had a
thing ever.
Dreadful postseason. He only had his second hit of the series. He's batting 158 this postseason, and for his career, he's only 202. Ugh.
I can't believe you're calling him a bum.
In the postseason.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny how a change of colors will make you think that about somebody.
Yeah. No, it is rough. And I think, what is he at, 202 for the postseason career?
Yes.
Didn't he hit 2 homers in the first game they played
this
postseason?
Yeah,
it's like,
he did.
No. And yeah, I think that's about it.
It's basically been about it.
Yeah, that has been all for him. All right, so that's who's hot. That's who's not. What do you say we go streaking?
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Who is the Nostradamus of MLB?
Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
Streaking.
Well, yesterday was a first where all 3 of us who we picked all homered, or 2 days ago. Dave's streak is at 2. Chris, you're on me. We were both at 1. We also there were 2 games yesterday, but everybody took a player from Seattle or Toronto, and Dave took Julio Rodriguez. Julio Rodriguez got up 3 times, and Julio Rodriguez, 0 hits.
Ooh, you suck.
Sorry, Dave.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so
It was great.
I took from Sacramento State, Stingers up, Nathan Lucas, and he got up 4 times for the Blue Jays. He got 1 hit, so my streak extends to 2. And Chris, you took a guy named Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh, I think is his name. Haven't heard of him.
Cowardly.
He got up 3 times, and he got 0 hits.
Ooh, you suck. Sorry, it's over. It's over.
right. So I'm at 2. Chris and Dave are at 0. Dave has submitted his pick for today. And Dave is going to let me read it the way he said this because I think it's perfect. It's perfect, Dave. Well, I'm going to tell you who he picked, Chris, and you tell me what the follow-up sentence is. He took Freddie Freeman, and then he gave me a line to follow. What do you think it is? No, but that's even better. He says, well, I got to jinx somehow. So he's taking Freddie Freeman. I am not attempting to jinx. I'm attempting to get a hit. I'm taking Shohei Ohtani, the guy who's not hot. I'm going to roll the dice. And I love L.A. Chris? And all 4 teams are playing today.
Okay, I was going to say, why is only the Dodgers playing?
No.
I am going to take Vladdy Jr.
I was going to say, that guy's on crazy fire right now. So there you go. It is Freeman, Ohtani, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming your way. All right. We did it. We did that part. We are efforting our celebrity pick 6 for this week. Just to recap how it goes, we have 6 football games we're going to pick when we're ready to go. And then we are basically they just have to pick winners. That's all they have to do. They have to pick a no point spread, just who they think is going to win. And we've done this with the G-Man. We've done it with Mike Bibby, with Greg Vaughn, Bobby Jackson, Jerry Reynolds, and we've done it in years in the past. Nobody has ever gone 6-0. But we're going to see if we can have that happen and get 2 people to go 6-0. And I say 2 people because we have our celebrity pickers today. We'll have one there and one here. Look at that. One here and one there. So we can get you guys on our camera once we catch up on camera. We got headsets and for our live studio audience. How about this? From our award-winning morning show down the hall, Pat and Cody joining us in studio.
What award did we win?
I don't know. Let me
turn on your mic there.
Turn on your mic, Pat. Is this your first time in radio?
Well, usually I'm sitting where you are.
I know, that's
Right.
true. It's a different setup.
Your setup's actually really nice in here. It might be better than ours.
Really?
And
Why?
we're award-winning.
Might be.
Is it? That's funny. You guys
it
feel
for
like
sure
it is.
I
and
mean,
we
you've got 4 old seats from Arco Arena. That's all I
it is
need.
really
I'd
cool.
be happy.
Yes.
They're back behind us.
How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
Friday.
Awesome. It is Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing some maneuvering to get everybody all set up. Live radio. You guys
Can
are
everyone
good?
hear that, or is that just me and my headphones?
No, it's just in your headphones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
That's
it.
funny. It's like a photographer. Like, I need you a little more left. Okay, put your leg
got you.
out.
I kind of like the camera setup. Hi everyone at home.
Act natural, but no posing. So, what do you guys got planned for the weekend? Any plans?
You know, it's funny. We opened the show with that, and we're both boring. So, yeah.
Super boring. Other than, we have a work event tomorrow. We're going to be at Dave's Pumpkin Patch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody come out. 11 to 1. Paint your pumpkins
11
pink.
to 1.
There you go.
It's in support of I'll Be Aware, so for a great cause.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming down to be a part of our Pick 6. We've done this for a few years, and it's simple. You're just picking winners, but nobody has ever gone 6-0.
Ooh.
So the challenge is to both of you. Our leader right now at 4-2 this year is Jerry Reynolds.
Okay.
Love Jerry.
We have G-Man at the bottom. He's 1-5. There's some 2-4s and 3-3s.
Shameful performance.
Bobby Jackson.
Well, he's in basketball season,
He
so
is.
yeah.
He is. And you're Cody Eagles, right? Eagles fan?
Yes. Huge Eagles fan.
And Pat?
My Bengals, they took down the Steelers last night.
Joe Flacco.
But how far was that last pass? You've got
Oh,
41-year-old Aaron Rodgers,
I know.
and he wound up and he threw that thing like 70 yards.
It's pretty amazing.
I couldn't do that with one of those whistle footballs that Nerf makes.
Well, Chris, do we have our football music? All right, you guys are put on the spotlight. You can pick the same. You can pick different. Cody, we'll start with you on the first game. Rams at Jaguars. We just need a winner. Who do you think?
I'm going to go with Rams.
Okay.
I don't know why. That's what my intuition is telling me.
Intuition works. Pat?
Trevor Lawrence is my fantasy football quarterback, so I got to go with him and the Jags.
All right, so we already have a difference of opinion. We're going to get something settled early.
You should come down the hall and listen.
Game 2, Pat, will go with you first. Eagles, Cody's Eagles at the Vikings. I think I know what she's going to pick.
Yeah, the Vikings have been struggling lately, and I think maybe this is the game they get it back right, but I'm still going to go with the Vikings.
Oh my gosh, rude. Well, I'm obviously going with the Eagles.
So you two are already vastly different. I like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're going to be sweating it out at the Limelight on Sunday.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Chris.
But hey, I'm ready for it.
All right, game 3. Cody, Colts at Chargers.
I'm going to go with Chargers.
Okay. Pat, are you in agreement? Or
Colts are playing so well right now, but I think the Chargers get it too.
Okay.
So,
Two Chargers.
we matched on that one.
We agree on something.
All right, game 4. Pat, who's watching this game? Dolphins at Browns.
Not even the relatives of the Browns players are going to tune in for this one. I'll go with Dolphins.
Gross. All right.
I don't know why, but Dolphins too.
Yeah. All right, 2 Dolphins.
Pick 3 Dolphins. You picked them as your upset.
I did.
Jason.
That was my upset. I don't know what's going on with the Dolphins. But
Wait, that's an upset?
It's Browns are favored
Technically.
like a point. Yeah, it was a weak
How?
upset. I don't know. It's a mercy rule. Let's see. Cody, Commanders at the Cowboys. You probably don't like either team.
No, I don't. But for some reason, it pains me to say this.
Oh, you're going to do it, aren't
I'm
you?
going to go with the Cowboys.
Whoa.
I know.
That's sacrilege, isn't it?
If my family was listening right now, they'd be very disappointed.
Their offense is so good, and their defense is so bad.
Yeah.
I'll go Cowboys.
Okay, 2 Cowboys. All right, now all of a sudden you guys are in lockstep. And the last one, Pat, Falcons at the 49ers. Sunday Night Football.
Man, I hate to pick against the 49ers, but the Falcons, they took down the Bills. So with all that logic, I'm going to say 49ers.
That's exactly how you make these picks. That's the right way.
Yep, and I'm going to go with the 49ers too.
Look at that.
All right. Well, we will have some difference between you two, but we'll see if we get our first 6-0.
Okay.
All right, I'm hopeful.
All right. Well, thank you.
Wait,
guys.
is Chris
really,
pick?
but
No, we can't let him pick.
Why? He's
Chris
the
doesn't
champ.
get privileges. What?
Yeah. Well, Chris, you want to rifle off 6 picks really fast?
Let's go Rams, Eagles, Colts, Dolphins, Cowboys, Niners.
Okay.
He's mostly right.
I think that's the same
Is that?
as you. Oh, no, he had the Colts.
Yeah.
That's the one difference you guys have. Okay.
Okay, well, hey, thanks for letting us come down and do this.
Yeah, that was fun.
And we will.
It will be very bad if I end up going undefeated.
No, it will be. The game might end there. We will either be praising. Well, we'll be praising you guys on Monday, or we'll maybe be mocking you.
And tell Carmichael Dave we'll see him probably, let's see, what is today? Today is October the 15th. We'll see him probably December 1st when his vacation is over.
At the earliest.
Yeah.
At the earliest.
Oh, and this is not much of a vacation.
Yeah, he's dealing with a bad back.
Ooh.
Did you guys see him walk yesterday?
No.
No, I didn't see that.
It was a slow, painful walk.
What did it look like?
Someone walking on glass that also was carrying a heavy bag of some
Or a
sand.
heavy diaper.
Yeah, and a heavy diaper too. Yes.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, thank
Appreciate
you. That was fun.
Bye,
All right,
Chris.
thank you. All right, that was Pat and Cody joining us. We'll be back. Final hour. That is straight ahead here on Sactown Sports.
For the latest from Kings training camp.
Tune in to Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Tell me, Chad, what's happening for the Drive into Fall event?
There's still time to get some adventure in when you save up to $8,600 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys. I love how these modern Jeep Wrangler Willys are filled with the latest and greatest tech and comforts, yet pay homage to the iconic past of the Jeep with huge off-road capability, distinctive exterior styling, and special interiors you will love.
Man, you make it sound like you're buying a modern-day piece of history.
It's true. Once you get into one of the Willys, you won't want to get out. But whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet. Check out our certified pre-owned supercenter with nearly 200 vehicles available and over 50 under $20,000.
Whatever you need, it's at Hoblet right now. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$8,600 toll net savings on select new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys after $4,000 factory rebates and $4,600 dealer discounts. Rebates include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. 3 of this net savings. Sample VIN 608-744. See dealer for details.
Sacramento Kings basketball is back. Be there for opening night at Golden One Center on Friday, October 24th, when the Kings take on the Utah Jazz at 7 p.m. Following opening night, the Kings will take on the LA Lakers on October 26th and then the Golden State Warriors on November 5th. Don't miss these marquee matchups and more great games coming to Golden One Center this season. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seat to be part of the action.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
This Sactown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. The 49ers lose in Tampa Bay on Sunday 30-19, but far worse for San Francisco. They lose their all-pro linebacker Fred Warner for the season with a devastating broken and dislocated right ankle. San Francisco comes home to take on Atlanta for Sunday Night Football. You can catch all the action beginning at 4 o'clock right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, here we go. Final hour of the show for the week. Jason Ross, Christopher Law. It's been a fun show. Thanks again to all of you checking us out on YouTube. Good morning to you. All of you that are regulars, thank you so much for making us a part of your everyday routine. It really does mean a lot to us. When I run out to you in the wild, when I run into you, I'm like, hey, I listen all the time. And when you hear that, Chris, what's your first? It's weird. I know Davis said this too. Like, immediately I go, there's an appreciation, 100% appreciation, but then I'm like, ooh, what did they hear?
Yeah, but usually it's pretty good. It's usually very positive. It's
absolutely.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation, I guess. Occasionally I'll be at certain venues and I'll be like, oh, I got to be on my best behavior now.
or if it is something that, I don't even know if controversial is the right term, or, we get silly. We're going down some weird path and then they bring up, you like this, or you've never seen this, or you haven't done that before. I'm like, you heard that? Or, it just...
That's what you took from that?
Yeah, exactly. How about my incredible take and prediction on this? Nah, I don't care about that, but you don't eat mushrooms on what... I don't know.
Gross.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, we do appreciate all of you that are listening. I do find it out, like, if there's people that... I don't even know how to word it, but sometimes we had a management change, let's say here, which we did, and our biggest boss here now listens all the time, which is wonderful and has paid us great compliments. But sometimes we'll, throw in something else like, oh, I don't know that I would have said that. I'm like, ooh, okay, you heard that, and they're like, oh, I'm always listening. Oh shoot, you are? I better behave. And I've said this before too. This will happen. If someone ever texts me on my personal, my phone and say, oh, I agree, or I heard that, or that was funny, or this, I'm like, oh, they're listening. Then I feel like I'm literally broadcasting to them, to one person.
We got that with Matt yesterday.
Yes. Yeah. So then it's like, okay, Matt, we're talking about him. He was He actually responded to you and to Dave, not to me, which was okay. But I knew he was listening based on that. And then I'm like, oh, I'm talking to Matt now.
Not the cleanest of text messages.
Oh, let's repeat them.
There was an LOL.
Oh, okay, good. So we're all good. But yes, seriously, thank you to all of you that do take the time, and the regulars that are here. You guys are just nuts, but we love you. You're part of us, and thank you. Subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. Make me feel better. Just make me feel good on this Friday. And Dave, hopefully, will be back with us on Monday if you missed it. I mean, we'll have to play it one more time because it is the top of a new hour. I can't believe Chris had his microphones in places that he probably shouldn't have it. But I was talking to Dave. This was at my house, so I don't know how Chris does this. I was talking to Dave this morning.
4 a.m.?
And, yeah, David sent a text, and I'm like, ooh, I better follow up. I called him, and Chris spied in.
Back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Spinal is back. He has issues. He is out today, so hopefully he will be better. All jokes aside, also, Greg Papa, normally at 9, you expect that. We expect that. He's been absolutely amazing going through everything that he's going through. Today's one of those days that it's a little bit more of a difficult day for him. Totally get it. We are understanding, and, if you have a moment or two, send him some good vibes, some good thoughts, some prayers, whatever you might do. He's going to battle. He's fine. I'd say fine. He's okay, but it's not a day where he feels comfortable enough to come on the radio. So we got to respect that. We totally do. And he's been a champ so far, and I expect nothing but more of that from him. It's going through those kind of things. This is one of those days. So we totally get it.
Selfishly, he's like another co-host when he comes on, and you could ask him like a question and he's going to take it wherever, and it's always amazing.
And look, I love talking to Greg all the time, but actually I had a question I was so ready to ask him, Chris, because I was anxious to just hear how he was going to word it. And it was kind of when we, for the 49ers to have the injury to Fred Warner, Greg would be able to put that into terms that I think everybody would understand. Because in my mind, Bosa was bad. And Kittle, was coming back. Ayuk's likely going to come back. Purdy's missed time. We knew Bosa would be out. Warner's different. It's like the one guy, there's always someone like that you go, no, he can't get hurt. And they will go on. They'll play. But it's one of those injuries that I would love to have heard him describe what it means to be without him. And he knows him very well. And so, unfortunately, no Greg Papa today. We hope to have him back next Friday. But so I'm sending my best, thinking best and positive vibes, and sending them all Greg Papa's way. And hopefully you guys do as well. All right, it is a new hour, though. While we get to the 9 o'clock hour, we've been telling you about this basically every hour. And listen all day long, because 1 week from today, the Kings will be in action in their first home game. They're going to be taking on the Utah Jazz. And you can go. And here's how. You can win a pair of tickets to see the Kings on opening night, their home opener versus Utah. And that game is at 7 o'clock. And you have to text in this code word right now to 916-339-1140. The code word is, Kings. Kings.
Kings.
K-I-N-G-S. I've spelled that for you because we don't want to see K-A-N-G-Z. Kangs. No, it's Kings.
Good job.
Yeah. Dave's the spelling bee champion, not me. K-I-N-G-S. K-I-N-G-S. Text Kings for your chance to win those opening night tickets. All right, so we had planned for Greg Papa here. We'll obviously kind of do a little reset of the things we've been talking about today and kind of go through the different top storylines. We will start with football from last night, as the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns actually played a really good football game, and it ended with a win for the Bengals and victory for the old guys everywhere.
Shotgun snap to Flacco. Looking. Throwing. Caught. Nice. Middle of the end zone. Nice. Noah Fant, the Bengals tight end, with the touchdown catch. And Cincinnati's lead can be back to 10 with the extra point.
All right, so Cincinnati had their chances to come back and win that game, and they ultimately did. They got off to a slow start, then got ahead of the Steelers, then had to come from behind to ultimately get the win again, and they did a really good job last night, and it came down to a couple key plays.
Money Mac is ready. He takes a deep breath. waits for the long snap back to Rico. Rico puts it down. The kick is up. It is good. Yes. And the Bengals have a 2-point lead with 7 seconds left on the clock.
All right, then let's give the Steelers still one last chance. This is the throw Pat was talking about from our Celebrity Pick 6. Pat Still, the throw by Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers catches the shotgun snap. Now he'll run around, allow his receivers to get downfield. There it is. And he launches it into the end zone. And it is broken up, incomplete, knocked away by DJ Ivey. And the Bengals have knocked out the Steelers on Thursday night by the final score of 33-31.
So the Bengals get a quality win. Chris, I know you've heard this for years. I've heard this for years. And it's something I heard Joe Flacco say yesterday because the transition, I mean, he was on the Browns, gets traded to Cleveland, or gets traded to Cincinnati, playing for them. And he's like, yeah, it's a whole new offense, but it's just new terminology. Those playbooks are massive, and I know he's been around forever. I just can't imagine the crash course these guys are taking.
I think the new terminology last night was, Chase, get open.
Yeah, Higgins, get open. I'll find you. Hey, you do this, you curl around. I mean, literally. It worked, and here's Joe Flacco after the game.
It was a lot of fun, but there's your mind's not necessarily thinking that way for the full 60 minutes. Obviously, the last 7 seconds, but even that, there's 3 seconds, they got a Hail Mary off. You're still, I've been through enough of these to wait until that clock hits 0 to be excited. So I love doing this. I've been doing it for such a long time. When you're out there with the guys and you're doing what you want to do and you're having success and you can look in each other's eyes and just like you get that feeling, of bonding with somebody else and just it's a lot of fun. And it's a lot more fun when that clock hits 0 and you've gotten the job done.
All right, and then to your point, Chris, this is a little bit more on what Flacco said on those guys, Higgins and Chase. Yeah, just they're kind of the dudes. Get them the ball.
Just with the simple things, not the fact that they went for 800 yards, obviously, but you could see it. And then today, what I got to see was just how a defense has to treat those guys. And if you don't treat them a certain way, they can hurt you. And if you do treat them a certain way, well, maybe we have some other guys that can get the job done. So today, I think I got to see just the problems they create in general. Last week, I said it earlier this week. Last week, we didn't do anything crazy, but you could see it. Those guys are different, and it's pretty cool to be able to throw them.
All right, so that's from the game last night. If you're just joining us, normally we'd be talking to Greg Papa. Unfortunately, we're not able to have that show with Greg this week, but it is brought to you by Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard of the public adjusting industry, and we thank them and Greg, and hopefully we'll have him back connected with us next Friday. So there's kind of a look at a little bit of football from last night.
I'm just thinking this weekend has the opportunity to just be awful for Browns fans.
Explain.
Because we kind of all picked the Dolphins, who have been awful this season, to beat them. So say that happens. Thursday night, you had
your former quarterback
Flacco just go absolutely off. Baker Mayfield has been killing it with the Buccaneers. Let's say they beat the Lions on Monday night. You might just be like, okay, let's look at the Cavs season.
I'm trying to think. What else can rub the wounds in? Ohio State, the number 1 team, loses to, I think they play Wisconsin. That could add on. I mean, yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought about that. And they've had enough misery, right? They don't need to.
Here's the thing, too, is like they have had some awful quarterbacks.
They have.
And there's the joke with the guy with the jersey with all of the names on the back.
Has that been updated, by the way, for that guy?
I think so. Yeah. But to just have like Flacco, like, okay, he's like, what were we really expecting? He's an older player. Like, you can't expect much for it. And then him to just show up for the Bengals. And Baker Mayfield, just what a season he's had.
Are we back? I just realized this. So in our Survivor League, you're out, Dave's out, I'm out. The Browns eliminated me. They have 1 win. The year I lost in week 1.
It was great.
The year I lost in week 1 of the Survivor pool, I think it was when Trevor Lawrence was a rookie. I'm like, oh, rookie QB, they're definitely losing week 1.
To the Colts.
And the Jags won. I'm like, oh, man, I'm out already. Okay, week 1 start. The Colts lost every other game. Every game.
It was
was great.
I mean, the Jags lost every game. Every one. They won.
And I want to say for a stretch, too, the Colts were undefeated. Like, that was their only loss.
And you just go. And then, like, as I'm watching it go, everyone's like, oh, I'm picking against Jacksonville. I'm like, yeah, I know. Thanks. This one, I don't think that many people are picking the Dolphins. Someone had, there's not that many people left. We're all long gone. Someone had the Steelers last night. So one more is out.
And, like, that's the thing you're talking about. You had the Steelers defense. Like, Joe Flacco, he just showed up. Exactly. And it's Thursday night football. Like, what are you expecting from this guy?
Yeah. Like I said, it was 10-0, and I was feeling pretty good in the second quarter. Then at halftime, they had 17. I'm like, 17-10? What? Okay, just stay at 17. He's going to throw a pick six. Nope. He added 16 more points in the second half for 33. Woof. All right, now let's get to baseball from yesterday as the Dodgers had some trouble getting some hits early, but then started to break the game open.
Zarowski deals. Edman swings. He dumps one down into center field. Will Smith has a green light. The home is cut off. Now Freddie Freeman to third. He's safe. Smith scores on the RBI base hit from Tommy Edman. And the Dodgers grab the lead in Game 3.
So they take the lead there, and then they just needed to figure out a way to close it out, and they would.
He kicks and fires. Strike 3! He got him swinging, and that's a win for L.A.
Hey, there's Dave Song.
Final. In a 3-0 series lead in this best-of-7 NLCS.
By the way, I don't know if we ever said that on air, but, our text thread's pretty great. And when you went to Southern California to see Oasis, you sang that song, filling in the appropriate parts and different things. That was very good.
I did make a music video.
Yeah, that was very good.
There was also, I did 2 of them. There was one with a cameo by Sean Cunningham.
That's right. Very well done. So the Dodgers get the win. They're now on the doorstep of the World Series. They have a 3-0 series lead. Enjoy that, Giants fans, right? Oh, man, this is brutal for you guys out there watching them be successful in doing this. And here's Dave Roberts on their pitching right now.
I see a real confidence. I think that's what it is. I think that, last year, certainly there was a transition. And even in the postseason, I didn't give them a whole lot of leash. And we also had a really talented bullpen, which we clearly leaned on and have talked about, a lot. But I think this year he's got true confidence from me that third time through at pitch 90, he feels that he's the best option. And so I think for me, that just gives me that confidence.
Yeah, and that's him talking about Yamamoto getting the confidence in him. So we go to the American League, which was the second game of the day. And Seattle feeling great, up 2-0 going home. Up 2-0 in that third game, and then the Blue Jays erupted for 12 straight runs to win Game 3. So yesterday felt like a pivotal game to either get momentum back for Seattle or get Toronto right back in this series, and here's how it played out.
Payoff pitch, swing and a deep drive right field, turning back can zone, turns at the wall, it's gone! Andres Jimenez for a second straight night, launches a 2-run homer, and the Blue Jays lead 2-1 in the top of the third.
They would keep adding on.
1-0. And Springer shoots it down the left field line. Fair ball bouncing onto the warning track. IKF around third. He'll score. Springer jogs into second with an RBI double. It's 4-1 Blue Jays in the top of the fourth.
All right, then the hottest bat in baseball right now, no doubt about it, is Vladdy.
1-1 pitch is hit high in the air, right field, tracking backhand zone at the warning track, leaps at the fence, it is gone! Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with his 5th home run of the postseason, and the Blue Jays strike back to take a 6-2 lead in the 7th.
Then all that was left is, could they close the deal?
The payoff pitch, called strike 3! The Blue Jays have tied up the...
Oh, I think just randomly stopped. How about that? All right. Well, they did tie up the series. And so now it is 2-2, and the Blue Jays are in pretty good position. The other part about that game that was interesting, we were talking about this earlier about the mound interaction with Max Scherzer basically not wanting to come out of the game when his manager came out there to either talk to him or take him out, but Max wasn't having it. Here's what he said after the game.
Yeah, it was a 2-out situation. I just had checked the board. I think I was at 69 or 70 pitches. My arm felt great. 2 outs, and Randy was coming up, and in my head I was going through, kind of in my sequence of how I wanted to pitch Randy, thinking through the situation. And all of a sudden I see Schneid's coming out. It kind of caught me off guard, and that's just where one of those moments where I know I wanted the ball. I knew the situation of the game. I wanted the ball, and I basically told him that in a little bit different language.
Yep, competitor. It was fine. Left him in. He got rewarded for that. The manager did, Manager Schneider there. So Blue Jays even up that series at 2 games apiece. So we talked some football here. We talked some baseball. Let's close out this segment as well with basketball. Hopefully you had a chance to hear my conversation with Scott Perry, Kings general manager, joined us around 8:15. Like we said, if you ever miss anything, you can go back and listen and from our podcast and hear any interview we have or any portions of all of our shows throughout the day. And look, I think my recap of what Scott Perry had to tell me was something that I had believed in as far as the way the roster is made up. And I'm going back to the logic in this. When you watch them play so far in the preseason, when I've watched them play, Dennis Schroeder is there. To me, I think on the roster this minute, I think they have 2 pre-Westbrook, 2 point guards. I think it's Schroeder, and I think it's Isaiah Stevens. That's a big difference in professional career and trajectory of where they're going. I mean, Schroeder just won the MVP of the Eurobasket. It's going to be a very important piece to the puzzle to the Sacramento Kings team this year. Isaiah Stevens is trying to make his way into the league, went through Miami, had been with their team in kind of a minor role, some G League stops, and is someone that can still try to develop. But the combo guards just really aren't point guards. Malik Monk can facilitate and create. I think Nick Clifford can do some of that. I don't think that it's not a strength of Carter or Ellis. So he basically reiterated that, and then the need for another point guard was there. Now, I get my own logic too, and everyone else is going, wait, they have so many guards. Yes, they do. That's the roster imbalance they have right now. Westbrook is going to hit, as he said, his key tenets, and I wrote them down because I know Scott Perry's going to mention those a lot, and these are important values to him and what he thinks his teams need to have, and that's toughness, it's professionalism, accountability, and so these are all the kind of things that I think when you look at him, when you look at Keegan Murray by extending him, let's see, competitiveness, toughness, team-oriented, accountability, discipline, and professional. And I think those are things that Russell Westbrook has been in the past. Certainly his talent has been phenomenal in the past, and they're going to try to maximize all the things that he can bring in that kind of relentless style of play. So with that being said, and the injury to Keegan, they're in a tough spot to begin the year. I don't even know if Keegan should be playing 4, but he does. So ideally, I think that's why the pursuit of Kuminga, to me, made a lot of sense. If they moved him to 4 in a starting role, Keegan to the 3, you move maybe DeRozan, if you can convince him of this, to the bench. Levine starts, Schroeder's your point, Sabonis your center. There's a little bit more sense of that roster. Well, they weren't able to get Kuminga, but that's someone I'm sure they're still going to look at. I think as Scott Perry and B.J. Armstrong and all the front office decision makers continue to look at the roster, they now go, all right, we see where there's some deficiencies, and now is where you get opportunity for Isaac Jones, for Maxime Reynaud, that, look, they're going to be pushed forward. And to me personally, this is my opinion now, as they are likely going to start next Wednesday, I think we all believe we can probably, assuming Sabonis is okay, he's missing tonight. We don't know if there's any more, but I'm going to go under the assumption that he's available for game 1. If we probably all believe that it will be Dennis Schroeder starting at point, Zach LaVine at the 2, a DeMar DeRozan at the 3, and Sabonis at the 5. I think we could probably all logically agree that's what the team will be. This is the puzzle, and whether it's matchup-oriented going forward, which I think it might be, so if they play a smaller team, maybe they can get away with playing smaller. If they play a bigger team, maybe they have to put a bigger guy in. This is what I would like to see them do. I think they should play bigger. I think that gives them a better chance overall. And even though I can agree they're better players in my opinion, are the Malik Monks and Cliffords and Ellis, like the guards. But I think it's dangerous to put DeRozan at the 4. But if they have to, they have to. So with that as my kind of backdrop in this statement, I would really lean at someone young at the 4. And I know there's not a lot of choices, but it's no shot at Dario Saric, but you've already got an older starting lineup. And not because they're old. It's like if they were established and this was a 50-win team that was trying to improve its seeding, start Saric. Win as many games as you can and try to get to a 2 seed or whatever. But that's not the position they're in. I think you need to get a better gauge of what you've got in either Isaac Jones or Maxime Renaud. That's what I would do. I would try to play bigger and play, or one of them's the 5 and Sabonis is the 4. Semantics here. But I think I would play one of those younger guys in the front court. That's what I would look at. Because if you start Saric, he'll be fine. Fine. But I just don't think you're learning anything about the guys where I think you can learn some things, if that makes sense. Where I agree that, they probably functionality-wise, if you started Ellis, Monk, or Clifford, totally good with that. But I just think you're hurting your chances with being that small. Now, you could play that group at times in the game, but just kind of starting a game, and I know it might depend on who they're playing on a game-to-game basis, but that's kind of what I would do. Now, guess what? I'm not the coach, and those are not easy decisions to make, but these are opinions that we can all have. But I think that's the route I would lean if I were Doug Christie, the Kings coaching staff, the front office. But, I would not be surprised if, they're playing a smaller-ish team and they go, yeah, we can start Ellis, we could start Monk, we could start Clifford to go with the other guys and just go and then move in and match accordingly because those are their better players. Heck, Westbrook, I don't know. They could do a lot of different things, and kind of revisiting the Westbrook part, I'm anxious to see him push the team, push the ball, push Schroeder. He's got a lot of connections with a lot of these players. And look, there's not I think for what they signed him for, this is a very low risk, potential nice reward signing. It's not oh my gosh, this contract is unmovable. I think what they have done in all these odd fitting guard heavy pieces, they still do have assets. It's not maybe the glorious war chest that some other organizations have, but I think in future trades, there's the depth in the backcourt leaves them available to move some guards and keep things available, but also kind of pick and choose from maybe some of the teams that are like, hey, I'm interested in that guard or this guy. Or I think they've got some trade pieces that other teams would accept. Some will be more difficult to do based on contracts and age and or play, but it feels pretty rough right now based on what we've watched in the preseason and based on the way the season is going to start with the roster that they have. But I'm anxious to see the next step or steps for what Scott Perry and the team will do. All right, when we come back, still to come, Friday Fun and Games. But up next, we will tell you what's on deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing, plus celebrity birthdays, all that and so much more right here on Sactown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings are geared up for the new season. Training camp competition is fierce.
He's got the two-pointer. Download the Sactown Sports app to keep you informed everywhere you go.
One place, all your Sacramento Kings news. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino. With over 80 table games, the hottest slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Sacramento gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life. Like a light switch gets turned back on. When a spouse says, thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before. That's the moment it all clicks for me. And that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 916-619-3000 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 916-619-3000. Or schedule anytime at ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is going to be fun.
It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
All right, it is time for What's on Deck, as you heard, brought to you by our friends at Trex Decking and Railing. Well, it is the final one. The final preseason game. Whew. It's almost over.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe it? They just started last week, Chris. It's already preseason week number 2. You can play as many as 6 games. You can play as few as 4. I think the Kings did the right thing, just playing 4, even though some may argue, hey, they need more time. Probably, but guess what? They don't get it. And they just don't practice that much during the year. They'll have some practice time, but this is the group. Tonight they play the Lakers in Los Angeles. The G-Man can be heard later tonight. 7:30 start. I'm okay with that on a Friday night. They could have played this one at 8. That's fine.
Bump your booty out there, brother.
Let's hope the performance will be strong and not something else for the Kings, not shameful. Kings and Lakers will have game night at 6, pregame at 7, G-Man with all the play-by-play at 7:30. You have baseball today. Blue Jays and Mariners, game 5. So that series will not end. It will be going back to Toronto. That's at 3:08. Gossman versus Miller. And then at 5:38, the Brewers against the Dodgers.
Ugh.
Shohei Ohtani on the mound.
See, I don't know, because obviously I want the Dodgers to not win the World Series. So,
what if the Brewers did the unthinkable
and coming back 3-0
and won the next 4?
It's never happened.
Never
In the NLCS.
Oh, well, what about the ALCS?
Oh, it's happened.
You keep saying this.
Yeah.
When?
2004.
Who?
Red Sox versus the Yankees.
Against the Yankees?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody remember this?
Unfortunately, I don't know if they've made a documentary about that season.
Honestly, what's the latest documentary they're doing on the Red Sox?
Man, I don't know. Do you see A-Rod's getting a documentary? It's like...
I usually like all documentaries, but honestly, Boston's had a ton.
Yes. Well, specifically about that.
Yeah.
Just that series.
I don't know what this one's about, the latest one.
About the Red Sox one or the...
Yeah.
it's about the series.
It's that series
yes.
too? Just that?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, I haven't watched a lot of those. Yeah.
Well, there should really be one about, there probably is, and I'm not thinking of, about that season after the bombing where David Ortiz has a speech, and then they go and win the World Series.
This
was
is our
amazing.
city, our, you know what city. That was great.
Yeah.
Poppy is awesome. That's a guy, I think I've said this phrasing, the way my wife puts it's they could come to our party. Someone that I'd like to invite them. I'd like to say they're friends, and it's not to say, hey, I'm friends with this famous person, but it's I would like to be friends with them because I think they're cool and they hang out. Of all the Red Sox, I think it'd be so much fun to have a Poppy at one of your parties.
It's funny that you said that because my mom growing up would always say about people that she they could come to grandma's house.
Yeah, exactly. Same premise. It's there might be, some people I'm fascinated by their ability as a sports person or an actor, actress, singer, but I go, there's just other people you watch and you go, I think they would be really cool just to hang out with and be friends. I don't need to go, hey, Chris, guess who's my friend? It would just be yeah, I'm friends with Poppy. It's not a big deal. He hangs out all the time.
In reality, that's only happened once in my life.
What do you mean?
A famous person, I bet that person would be cool to hang out with.
And?
They're Christy.
Very true. Very true. And then what's so cool about that, and now he's the head coach, but, he's obviously a famous player in here and a broadcaster and all that. To me, it's gotten to the point why it's so cool if you hang out with him. If I I don't think of that. Not for me, ever. But then when you're around, oh my gosh, another person's coming up to him, a picture. I'm oh yeah. He's a big deal. But I literally forget that because he's just Doug, and you're just hanging out with him. There was a time, it was just he and I at a golf range. We were just near his house. We were just hitting golf balls, and the amount of people that just kept coming. We were just talking, hitting balls, and having a good time. And then, can I get a selfie? Can I get a picture? Can I? Oh yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
Except the one time he left me somewhere.
Well,
luckily you were there.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
And Jason, I'm not going to let you go past this. I know you're trying to do it.
I said every possible thing.
What's on deck?
Yeah, everything.
Wrestle Dream this Saturday. This card is absolutely stacked.
Describe it.
You've got the Hurt Syndicate versus Demand. You've seen a little bit of this during the week. That's going to be a banger.
That's all Hurt Syndicate's winning that.
Jamie Hayter versus Thekla. That's one of the matches I'm okay, these ladies know how to throw down. Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks for the $500,000 grand prize. Oh, also, you want to also talk about...
Those Young Bucks?
Those Young Bucks.
Aren't they older now?
Huh?
Aren't they...
They're always a young... Oh, okay. If you've seen them lately, they are shredded. One, I keep saying this one I'm really excited for. This one I'm really excited for. But seriously, the tag team match between Brodito and Okada and Takashita, who is the new, as you know, IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. They're tagging out together. That's going to be great. But then you also have Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe. And I don't even know if they could show this on TV. I Quit match between Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. I am pumped.
Okay.
And I think you realize how pumped I am for this.
Yeah. I can tell. You've really gone deep into this, and I will read this text to you from our text line, and I think it's, let's see, it's the same one that's, Jason, please don't ignore the text line like Dave, not an angry texter. But the following text, Jason, I enjoy listening to you every morning. I love your sense of humor. Thank you. I like when Verlaud gets to talk wrestling.
Yeah. I think people keep them pretty, like, low and, like, mellow and stuff like that, but AEW gets the blood boiling.
What gets you more? Well, you care about the results of City.
Yes.
But
I mean, I care about the results
of wrestling.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. I was trying to help you out.
Like when Hangman Adam Page won the AEW championship, that was. But
that's an excitement. Like, you don't get mad or you don't get down.
I would have been like
mad.
I would have been like bummed out.
No, but do you understand like if City, you're like depressed a little bit. Like, is there a depression, or you're like, why did they do that? Like, it can't be the same.
That particular, like, they're very, like, I'm not saying this is like every pay-per-view. Like, let's say Hangman loses to Samoa Joe. You're like, okay, like, I know it's going to be amazing, but like, all right. But at that moment, at that specific time, if he would have lost, it would have been like, I would have been bummed out.
Okay. Oh, shoot. We got to get to celebrity birthdays.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, my bad. Because Kyle's ready to take you down. Let's go,
You were
Kyle.
just upset that I didn't bring up Timeless Toni Storm versus Chris Statlander for the Women's AEW Championship.
Statlander's taking that one. Bah.
No, she's the champion. I mean, I could see it happening.
All right. I'm going to give you guys on this date, in what year did the movie, come on, Kyle. Biggest upset of all time, I Know What You Did Last Summer, come out?
I'm sorry, Jason.
Hey, that's right. Maybe you can guess right. We're going to have Kyle go first on this one because I got a second movie.
What's the name of the movie?
I Know What You Did Last Summer. What? Describe the movie to us, Kyle. What's that about?
It is about a teenager who went to summer camp and is telling you about their summer.
No, it's a horror
You started strong.
Yeah, you got teenagers right.
Then you failed, but that's okay. When did this movie come out?
I'm going to say, since Verlaud knows it, 1999.
Okay.
It's very close, but I believe
an upset?
Scream came out in 96. I think that this came out in 97.
Oh, wow. We have a correct answer, and it's Chris Verlaud.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Kyle.
I told you in the break, this is like Joe Flacco going up against the 08 Patriots.
Well, come on, Joe. You got this. How about the movie? One of Chris's favorites, though, so this is going to be even a bigger upset. The Devil's Advocate. What's this about, Kyle?
It's about a devil who is advocating for something.
Teenagers at
You know
camp.
what? I mean, you're right.
Yeah, ish.
Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves, Charlize Theron.
That helps.
It's one of my favorite movies.
If it's Keanu Reeves, what would be the coalition point between all of those three? I'll say like 2001.
Oh, no. Are you telling me that this also came out in 1997 with I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Is that your pick?
That's my pick.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris Verlaud. Oh, man. All right, Kyle, here we go.
What a weekend.
I know, same day. Let's go with Eminem. Happy birthday.
He is 51.
I think he's 53.
We have a correct answer. That's 3 in a row for Chris Verlaud. Oh, my goodness. So, Chris, you have to go first on this one. Happy birthday to Wyclef Jean.
Ooh. Wyclef Jean.
To go 4 in a row. Exactly.
Is 55.
Kyle?
I'll say 52.
Chris is closer. 56.
Ooh.
Just missed.
He was 55 yesterday.
He was. How about from... Oh, Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, Mike Judge.
Oh. He is older. I'm going to say 64.
Let's go 67.
Chris is closer, 63. Kyle, I'm trying to get you a win. How about Jamal Adams?
Oh, he's got this.
Okay.
The Jet?
Raider, Jet.
Oh, yeah, he is still in the league. 29?
31?
Ty, 30. All right, let's give you the Time Lord, Robert Williams, Portland Trailblazer.
We don't talk enough about Brad Stevens ruining his career.
Okay.
29.
33.
Kyle got one.
Hey.
28. All right, we will. Last one. It's not a great one. John Rocker.
Oh. He is 54.
I'll go 60.
Chris is closer. 51. Actually thought he was a little bit older. All right, there you go. Celebrity birthdays there. When we come back, Alan Stiles in. We've got Friday fun and games. That's coming your way next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sacramento. Buckle up. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is dropping one day of insane Milwaukee deals on Saturday, October 18th. Bare tools, batteries, and kits at insanely low prices. All Milwaukee hand tools, tool accessories, and Milwaukee pack-out boxes will be 20% off. Spend $100 and you'll get a lotto ticket for up to $1,000 off your next order. Again, that's one day only. October 18th at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Better tools, better prices.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, back here on the show. Alan Stiles. It's always better when Alan's in the building. He is in the building as always. We look forward to him joining us here in just a second. Kyle, we'll hear from here in Friday Fun and Games. Chris Vallad. We also thank, we said earlier, all those that listen, regulars, and those that reach out to the personal text line. Chris, you got one of those, kind of someone that we all know through in the industry. So we appreciate when everybody listens. That was a feel good for you, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, like, people don't really get this about me, but AEW is one of my favorite things in the world.
We can tell. We can tell a little bit how giddy you are. I know you've worn this shirt before, Alan, but I love that shirt. King Griffey Jr. You're not a Mariners fan, but you like
No, they need some mojo. I can't believe, what a crazy series, right?
Yeah.
Last night was just a great night for sports. You had the Unction, the Unk Bowl, which was, it's so funny when you have, what was that, Chiefs, Lions, Sunday, and that was supposed to be, the Rams Chiefs part 2, wasn't. And then you get the unction thinking, I don't know what to expect.
Why are they doing this Thursday
Joe
night
Flacco out here spinning it, and shout out Vladdy Jr. and the Blue Jays crew. It's always these weird series where everybody, what do they say, Jason? The series doesn't start until the road team wins. Well, it started immediately for the ALCS, and it's also for the NLCS, but the NLCS is over, so.
I actually thought the way it was laid out and the way it played out, I thought the best series by far was going to be Phillies-Dodgers, and it was okay.
No, my buddies were down bad. The Phillies just can't. Their big money guys just can't hit.
Nope.
Schwarber did a little something. Then was it the GM or the owner said, I don't know if Bryce will ever be elite again? He just said that about a day or two ago. Well, brother, you signed him for 27 years. So
exactly. He better be elite.
His son's going to be on the team too at this point.
Oh, my goodness. We're going to get to Friday Fun and Games in a moment. But, Alan, what are you up to today? What do you got on your show?
Yeah, we just locked this down because, look, a lot of people have talked about all the big moves that the Kings have made. But there was a smaller move that the Kings made that certain people weren't happy with. And I got to stand on business, and I thought it was a little bit overstated, and maybe it was. But Isaiah Crawford absolutely went off for the Houston Rockets last night. He was a two-way guy with the Kings last season. They decided to move on from him. And at first, I see people talking about it. I'm thinking, okay, the Hawks, the Rockets, clearly it was him, Reed Shepherd, Jeff Green. You know what I mean? Basically the second squad and him. He played the power forward at 6'6". He had a great game. I got to relook at the stats. But then I look at the Hawks. They played their starters 20-plus minutes. And there's one person out there that has been just standing for Isaiah Crawford since the Kings signed him, and people were checking on him when they moved on, and his name is Jack Dan. He's a reporter for the Sac State Hornet, and he's huge when it comes to the Kings Twitter and Kings social media space. So he's going to join us at 11:30. Tell us how the Kings messed up. Give us some updates on your Hornets, and give us his take on what the Kings are up to. So that's good. Our guest. Yeah, the kids are all right, Jason.
Yes,
the kids are all right. So that's at 11:30. And besides that, we're breaking down. We got NFL. Kyle, I think Kyle and Chris stay hot for Prop Talk. I've been ice cold, man. These running back receiving yards are. I took Chase Brown, -8. -8. So we have some fun with NFL at the end of the show. And that little nugget that Sam Amick put in that article that everybody glossed over about Doug Christie and the contract. So it's going to be a fun one, fully loaded like a baked potato, extra I almost said extra ice cream, extra sour cream.
There you go.
So it'll be a good time.
Say that's an odd thing to put in your baked potato, but
nowadays, it's.
So what? Who cares?
I was going to say it's cream, but then I didn't want Chris to cut that.
Well, he will. He will. Any special shout-outs to Dave? He might be in on your chat because I think he's just...
Man, he was struggling. And, we always get on Dave for, just kind of finding ways out of work. But unless he is quite the actor on his Denzel hype, that brother could not walk yesterday.
No, and it was worse. So yesterday we were talking a lot. We knew we were end up getting Scott Perry today. And then so we were like, okay, this is kind of how we're, going to talk about this. We knew we were supposed to have Greg Pop, but unfortunately he's not feeling well today either. So wish him the best. But, yeah, Dave definitely wanted to be in today. And so he's like, yeah, but there's a chance that my back's really bothering me. And so I'm like, yeah, he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And then 4 o'clock this morning, he's like, I'm 100% out. I'm like, oh.
Jeez, the back, though. And then did he even shoot well?
Oh, from Monday? I
thought that's what it was from.
I don't think that helped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It all started after that fake hole-in-one, huh?
Yeah, exactly. The hole in 3.
Yeah, the hole in 3, the mully.
All right, so it is time for Friday Fun and Games. This is a game we've played before. I think, Alan, you now know what we're doing. You have the letters in front of you. So you have the alphabet A to Z. We'll have you go first. You'll get to go in order or whatever. You can pass, and we'll circle back. You're going to have 90 seconds to utilize and make something out of every letter from the category I'm going to give you. So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Chris, do we have a clock or a music? Or
we got a clock here.
Okay, so 90 seconds, a long time. Don't panic. Just
panic.
Get in your groove and knock this one out.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, Alan, you are going to get, I think we may have done this one before. We'll see. 90 seconds, A to Z, items you can find in your refrigerator.
Okay, you have bread.
Okay.
Cheese. Dairy. Eggs. Flour.
Flour in your refrigerator?
You can. Acceptable.
green juice.
Sure, count it.
Grass, some type of grass. Havarti cheese.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Ice cream.
Yes.
All
In the
right.
fridge? Gonna get soggy.
A jumbo hot dog. Okay. You have a kaleidoscope. No. Let me. I'll skip K for
A
now.
and K, we're-
Crab legs.
Okay.
Leg. London cheese. Okay. Mascarpone cheese. Okay. Naysayers. I don't know.
What? No.
Octopus.
Okay.
Pepper.
What?
Pepperoncinis.
Okay.
Pepperoncinis. A quail.
Okay.
Okay. I'll move on. Swiss cheese.
Sure, you and the
okay.
cheese.
Triscuits. Well, that's normally. I like them cold. Okay. Velasquez. Water.
Are you okay?
Water. Yeah. Yellow mustard. And yeah.
Man, I do not want to look in
Apple.
your refrigerator.
Apple. Yeah.
All right, I like it.
So naysayers are in your refrigerator?
I like
Yeah,
that.
if they say
Were
the
you
wrong thing.
thinking Vlasic pickles and you're like,
I don't even know.
Velasquez?
I don't. Velasquez. Get out
Legs
of-
got me.
What
That
are you-
was crazy.
What are you doing, Velasquez? Get out of there. Get out of that fridge.
I would say pretty good. Very entertaining, though.
What is a kaleidoscope doing in
I don't
here?
know, but you have a lot of cheese in your
A lot of yeah, and dairy,
dairy and ice cream. Well done.
and octopus.
Close
yeah.
enough.
Mhm.
All right. Chris, I have put a challenge to you on this one because this is your wheelhouse, but it's not going to be easy. 90 seconds. You have to give us TV shows, movies, series.
Oh, that's too
Fire
much.
away, A through Z. Go.
Why can I think of A Nightmare on Elm Street, Barry, Community, Days of Our Lives, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Friday.
There you go.
Friday.
Yeah.
G is Green Acres. H is How I Met Your Mother. I is J. J is John Wick. K L Larry I can't think of that show. Larry something show.
Sanders.
Larry Sanders Show. MacGruber. Naysayers. O is the movie O. P for Parks and Rec. Q. John. Oh no, that's John Q. R. Real Housewives. S.
That's acceptable.
Is for Saturday Night Live. T. Don't got it.
All right.
That's
a
pretty
hard
good.
one.
Yeah, that's pretty
I and
good.
K stuck. You got. I was thinking Knight Rider.
I Love
Okay.
Lucy.
I Love Lucy. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So the great thing is Kyle's going to be last here.
Quickly.
Just so you know, we've had naysayers for Alan, naysayers for Chris. You will be able to use naysayers. Just so when you get to end, Kyle. All right. So Kyle has 90 seconds, and these are things that you can find or hear at a sporting event or venue.
B.
You will hear
You will, or you could find them, see them, whatever.
Baseball.
Yeah.
C. Cheer. D. Dunk. E. Excitement. F. Fair catch.
Oh, I was gonna go with another word.
G. Great catch. H. Hot dogs.
Hell of a catch.
I can't believe what I just saw. J. Jump shot. K. Kernels of popcorn. L. Last batter. M. Magic Johnson. N. Naysayers. O.
Come on, Kyle.
My God, I can't believe what I just saw. P. Putter. Q. quick pitch. R, roundhouse kick. S, sad baseball fans. T, timeouts. U, underdogs. V, W, oh gosh, come on. X.
We petered out.
Yeah. Gosh, these last few letters. Y. Yeah.
Yellow wolf.
Cheese.
I was getting when I said cheese for C. I was like, say cheese.
Gosh, why did V? I think it's when the clock starts going tick, tick,
It
tick,
gets in
tick.
everybody's head.
Yeah. I had it.
Could have been W's. Wins.
Yeah,
Wins.
I was gonna say WNBA.
Yeah. What were you doing?
WNBA.
Oh, gotcha. That was the
Belay.
Yeah.
All Xylophone.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, but exclamations have worked.
No.
Yeah. X and Z and Q.
But Velasquez would have.
Velasquez is always acceptable. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, guys. That was fun. Alan, you got a big show ahead.
Huge.
Hopefully a good weekend ahead.
Yes.
Yeah?
More pumpkin patches every single weekend. They're great.
Take it all in. Our thanks to Dave Richard, to Scott Perry, and for all of you, for Christopher Lott, I'm Jason Ross. Alan Stiles is next.
And